bang, and there it is, right on cue.
How's that? West straight to Davis. How good was that?
We about to make a round. We've got to make this count. Take the ball and raise it now. Make the noise go crazy loud. It's all moment, let me hear.
Jake Tucker's taken off.
Outstanding. Glenunga certainly have a great
Soup, you're an outstanding man. Well done. Congratulations on the flat.
Oh,
a bin chicken.
Your 2024 premiers, the Port District Football Club. Congratulations, you legends. You are the best team.
Sacred Heart are the only undefeated team in the competition, and they don't look like losing soon. Shock have taken care of last year's premiers, Port Districts and the high-flying Kookaburras in back-to-back weeks. On the other side of the coin, the Falcons are losing altitude quickly. Payneham were one win off the big dance last year, but now they have a massive case of second season syndrome, languishing at the bottom. But it only feels like one win is needed for Jeremy Cheney and his men to fire. One team can't win and the other can't lose, but that's how the best upsets happen. It's guaranteed to be a great game of footy as we celebrate our green and pink team for umpiring appreciation round, and along with our major Division 1 sponsor, BTR Excavations. A massive thanks to our other sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archies, Jag Meatworks, and Kimberley Resorts. With thanks to Filming Footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League.
Pocket.
G'day footy fans, welcome back here to Sacred Heart. My name's Lockie Gould, I'm joined by Adam Jeffries. Adam, how are you?
Yeah, very well. What a day. Great Eldham's Day for football here at Sacred Heart College.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. What can we expect from, firstly, Payneham? When are they going to start to fire?
Ooh, they'd want to soon, wouldn't they? Tough fixture when you're zipping three to have to come here because Sacred Heart don't lose at the middle school too often, do they? But we see this in Division 1 when teams have their backs against the wall, they'll produce their best, so we should see a close contest today.
And Sacred Heart flying. What can we expect from them?
Yeah, happy for them. They're flying. They've been a good team in Division 1 the last 2 seasons. They just haven't done it in September, but no surprise as to where they sit. Great win at Golden Grove last week. They're going to be tough to beat here. And Payneham struggle to score a bit, don't they? And Sacred Heart have got the best defence in the competition, so let's see what happens there.
Yeah, it should be, again, a really, really enthralling contest between two sides that are trying to make their way in this competition. What can we expect weather-wise? Looks like it's going to be okay?
Oh, they can't get a better day. We'll almost get sunburn. There might be a few players struggling with sunburn in the last quarter, so we'll see what happens. Still day, plenty of space out here to execute the skills for both teams. And
the oval itself, is there anything major to take a note?
Nah, just how lovely it is here. It's a great day for football. If you can't get the old coach used to say, if you can't get a kick today, just retire. So maybe that'll be the pre-match speech from the coaches.
Well, there we go. Enjoy the day. It's going to be absolutely brilliant down here at Sacred Heart. Speak to you on the other side of this commercial.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New Hyoketsu, vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep.
basically since I started my uni degree, and you got your apprenticeship?
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
It's fantastic to be here for this BTR Excavations Division Round 1 game. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, this game. I cannot wait for this. Lockie Gould, Adam Jeffries. Adam, how are you, mate? I know we mentioned it earlier before, but it's going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. All Division 1 games are always highly anticipated because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. Yes, Payneham have been struggling. Yes, Sacred Heart are top of the ladder, but that doesn't mean anything. Payneham are capable of coming out here and producing their best footy. They can win the game. But yeah, slow start for them. I think we'll see a desperate team today.
Yeah, they've desperately got to get a win because the rest of the competition is starting to get away from them. Of course, a massive thanks to our sponsors: Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by RTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archies, Jag Meatworks, and of course Kimberley Resorts as well. An excellent game in the B grade going on as well in front of us, 70-40. And we're about to get into the ladder here, which is going to be absolutely fantastic to have a look at. There you go, Sacred Heart, four wins. Prince Alfred, they did lose last week, so they are also on 3 wins. Ross Trevor, Salisbury North, St. Peter's, Port Districts, Golden Grove, Glenunga Rams, Payneham Norwood Junior, that's where we find the other opposition, and Broadview as well. So, in recent seasons, Shock, Division 1 second, Division 1 third, Division 2 runners-up, finished first, and also in Division 2 they finished 4th and 3rd. So what have you made of the 2 years in Division 1 there, Adam?
Yeah, they've had 2 top 3 finishes in Division 1, which, you know, normally when teams get promoted, you're not sure how they're going to go, but yeah, straight into the top 3. Everybody knows they've lost 4 of their 4 finals since they've come up, but that's okay. They're a young group. They're not going to dwell on that. They're just going to play as well as they can through the season. Then when they get to September, worry about it then. Wouldn't be playing on their minds at all. But yeah, they've been very, very impressive. They look like they're here to stay for a while because they've got a young team, a lot of ex-Glenelg players who went to school Sacred Heart. So I think we'll see Sacred Heart in the top tier for the next decade, I dare say.
Yeah, I reckon you're right there. They certainly look like a mainstay in this division. It's going to be, again, really, really great game of football to watch. In terms of what you're expecting from Payneham, have a look at that there. So Division 1 5th, 1 win off a grand final last year, had an excellent finals campaign, actually defeated Sacred Heart just across the road at the other oval that they play at. Division 2, they were second and they ended up getting promoted, then in 2022 fell back from Division 1. 2021 we're in Division 1, and then 2023 Division 3, but obviously we had that mess with COVID that kind of threw us all out of whack. But talk to us a little bit about what you've made of their recent form going into this year and then also into last year as well.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. A few of our pundits, a few of our co-commentators thought that Payneham were making the grand final this year. I'm not sure what they base that on. They'd potentially base that on, you know, losing the prelim last year by a few goals, but I saw a team struggle through the season into 5th. And weren't really any more dominant than any of the teams that finished 6th, 7th and 8th. Yes, they played really, really well in the finals. I'm not going to take any of that away from them. But yeah, they were a team that just were part of the midfield last year, had 2 good finals, and I didn't see a whole chunk of recruits that were going to change how they went about it. So I see them again being in the mid-pack. I don't think they'll be at the bottom. I think they'll get going soon. But they'll be a bit surprised themselves, a bit zipped through. It's probably last week's game. They didn't disgrace themselves in their first 2 games. Ross Trevor, a good football team. Salisbury North are going to be a very good football team this year. But the home game against St. Peter's last week, heavy defeat, probably, made it a little bit of a difficult week for Payneham, but this is their opportunity to respond. You only have to wait 7 days to get back into it, so we'll see what they produce today.
Yeah, I mean, watching that one back, it just seemed like Payneham, when they were going inside forward 50, they were just struggling to really hit some targets. So I don't know what you made of that footy game, but that's what I saw from it during the week.
Yeah, we've seen them struggle to score a bit. We said that 2 weeks ago on Anzac Day, then they kicked 10 goals in the first half or something, didn't they? So, but typically Payneham aren't a high-scoring team. I think it's the speed. That'll be the test today. I was speaking to a few Sacred Heart people. They're playing very fast and young through the midfield. Payneham, I think they'll come into their own. They're probably a good football team, but not super, super fast on the outside. And early in the season when we get these warm weather games and still days, might see them struggle just to contain the ball movement of the opposition for sure.
So having a look at Sacred Heart, they've got 3 changes. Forster comes out, Caruco comes out, and Finker comes out as well. In Boyle, Catalano, and Braun all in for Sacred Heart. What are some of their standout players who are we really excited to see?
Yeah, it's a shame Kakuro is one of their main goal scorers out for today. He can't get on the park every week. I'm excited to see a few of their new players play. Bradley Agnew's a fantastic player, great career at Glenelg, seen patrolling the half-back line today. I'm really excited also to see Window play. A lot of raps on this guy. And also the acquisition of Boyle as well, who's a guy I've seen play at Brighton in the past. Very, very good midfielder, thumping kick. So, yeah, they've added a lot of midfield depth to their team, and they'll play fast through the middle, and they'll find some goal scorers if they get quick entries.
Payneham also making 3 changes. Anthony Giannini out, Tyler Sparkle out, Eli Roberts out. In comes Dylan Pippett, Brett Ansell, and in the big Matthew Nunn returns back to the starting lineup.
Yeah, is it any coincidence that when Nunn doesn't play, they've struggled a bit? He played on Anzac Day, didn't he? And they were competitive at Salisbury North, didn't play last week, and they got touched up a little bit on their home ground. So they need him up and firing. I think he had more than 30 touches in that game at Anzac Day. And we know he's a quality player, but we need others to step up as well. Ansell's a speedy outside player who's a good player. I was impressed with Mac Bauer on Anzac Day as well. He looked really good. We know Mackenzie will do his thing down back. They need a Harry Viney to step up and kick 3 or 4 goals because, like I said, they're a very even team across the park. And they're a bit of a grind at team, so I think they'll want to keep the scores low. Their defensive pressure will have to be really, really high just to stop the ball movement at Sacred Heart through the middle of the ground, who will be taking them on furiously.
Yeah, well, they'll absolutely have to. They'll be desperate to make sure they win this game of footy here, Payneham. Of course, you have a look at the final matchup, the previous matchup, sorry. You have a look at that final there. 9-7-61, Payneham Norwood Union 12-8-80. Will that play a little bit on Shock's mind, do you think?
Yeah, Payneham, terrific win in that second semi-final last year, wasn't it? Unexpected on the road. So you're saying, yeah, they're a young group, they're a carefree group. There's no real payback in them, but they'll just want to play better. Sacred Heart they did in that final, and I think their confidence will be sky high at the moment.
Here we are, the umpires. Of course, it's the umpiring appreciation round. It's absolutely brilliant to be involved here. You have a look on the field today. We've got Tony Simons and Frank Menichaz. Boundary is Eli Courtney and Peter McMallen. In goal, Robert Arrigo and Jason Rigg as well. So absolutely brilliant work. Thank you to our green and pink army who do a brilliant job umpiring appreciation round.
Frank and Tony were umpiring when I was coaching in Division 1. 2 of the best in the business. Those guys, you won't see many mistakes from the umpires today. Good luck to them.
There we go. Absolutely no way do we see any mistakes. They do a brilliant job each and every week, our umpires. Fantastic. Both teams warming up now as we get ready to go. And here comes Shock. They look good and ready. Look at them out ready to perform. 4-0. It would be very interesting. You don't see a team missing finals from 4-0, do you?
No, typically not. You probably need those 9 wins to finish in the top 5. You need probably 11 to 12 to finish in the top 3. So they'll be well on their way. A lot of football to be played still, Lockie, as we know. Yeah, they're going to win plenty of games this year, Sacred Heart. But yeah, they'll get tested today. I think Payneham will bring some heat early And I'll be interested to see if they keep trying to move the ball fast against a strong Payneham defensive unit.
Yeah, Payneham's back six have kept him in a lot of games. I think they were very strong on Anzac Day as well. In that game we saw they were under a lot of pressure last week against St. Peter's before St. Peter's were able to get away with it. See now, everyone just going through their warm-ups, ready for a big game of footy. This one's massive. Do you give Payneham a chance today?
Oh yeah, small chance. Any time. Obviously, if there was if we were betting on this game, of course Sacred Heart are going to be the favourites. But we see this a lot. We see it in all levels of football, AFL, junior football. When teams have their backs against the wall and one team's flying, you can see some strange results because desperation creates pressure. Pressure creates turnovers. Turnovers create scores. So if Payneham can bring that sort of St Kilda style of football, isn't it? They're the no-name team, but they bring immense pressure some weeks, and their game just looks awesome. When that drops off, they can look really ordinary. So it's a game of pressure for Payneham. They need their inside players to win lots of football, and they need their forwards to stand up and convert.
Yeah, you were 100% right there. I mean, although it didn't work out too well for St Kilda, but that is because last night they did go away from what they believe in. So if Payneham do that today, they could also find themselves in similar trouble against Sacred Heart. Is there any way you think Sacred Heart could improve? Is there any way they could be any better than what they are at the minute?
Oh, they're firing on all cylinders. They look, like I said, their midfield runs deep. Very impressed with the midfielders they've got at their disposal. Down back, I'm interested to see how they operate down back. We saw Big Sean Tapp was their Marshall centre-half back last year. He's not playing this year, or apparently he's not. Apparently he had to run around and run at the lower grades. But he was a fantastic lockdown and intercept marking player. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see how they structure up down back. They might be a little bit smaller potentially. And obviously, with their playing coach, Carlotto, as well, who's a tough matchup for the opposition every week because he's so mobile, but he's such a good kick for a ruckman height type player. So they'll use their skills. They'll like to run and gun out here on their home deck. Big oval out here. Lockie, plenty of space to move the football, and that's what Carlotto will be preaching. He'll ask his midfielders to play fast, give the hands, play on quickly, run, and see if Payneham can keep up with them.
Here we go, coin toss. And McRae points down towards the right screen, where Payneham are warming up at the minute. So it'll be very interesting to see how they go.
Might be a slight breeze heading that way as I went out at three-quarter time of the B grade. It's not heavy, strong breeze. Feels like maybe a little bit downhill to the left of screen too, so maybe the football just carry a little bit further going to your left.
There we go. Bit of a pre-game ceremony coming up as well. Players are going to walk out and shake the umpire's hand, make sure they show their respect for, well, the people we couldn't do this game without. How'd you go in your day, Adam? Did you get along with the umpires?
No, I was a basketball umpire for 15 years as a kid, so I respect umpires. Never abused umpires when I was coaching. The reality is it's always easy to abuse umpires. Every player on this field today will make dozens, if not 50, 100 mistakes. When an umpire makes 3, they're no good, right? So that's just the perception of football for 150 years. Players miss handballs, players drop marks, players don't get to the right spot where they need to go. When I was coaching, I just focused on that. Football's a tough game to umpire. And particularly when I came back from coaching country football into Division 1, the Division 1 umpiring is very, very good in particular. We've got the best local umpires here. 1 or 2 mistakes you'll see every week, which is nothing compared to how many the coaches and players make.
Yeah, it's got to be almost a mistake-free job umpiring, otherwise you do kind of hear the outside noise, I think is a good way of putting it.
It's amazing with umpiring as well. Like, of course you think it's a mistake when you're going for your team. When I went to the AFL gather round and there was a neutral crowd, nobody abused the umpires the whole game. It's only the games when you're barracking for your team, when you're looking at the umpires. So if a player was here from another club today watching, they wouldn't even think about the umpiring. It's only when you feel like you've been wronged that you yell out at the umpire. Umpire's got thick skin. You don't take on the job unless you're happy to hear a little bit. The best part about football umpiring versus basketball umpiring is you're 100 metres away from the people yelling at you. When you're umpiring basketball, they were right on you, and you couldn't help but go back. So yeah, these umpires, and we've got experienced umpires here in Division 1 as well. Lockie, these 2 guys are fantastic field umpires here. So good to see. A bit of sportsmanship, and then when the game starts, they can rip into them then.
Yeah, massive thanks to all our umpires, obviously, across all the divisions as well. They do an absolutely brilliant job, so massive thank you to them. And the coaches coming over as well, making sure they get involved and show their appreciation for all the hard work the umpires do. Both teams now back and ready to fire in a massive, massive game of football.
They've had plenty of warm-up time, the players, haven't they? It was a late start here, so they've had an extended warm-up on the oval behind us. And they've been out on the oval for 10 minutes, so some of them will feel like they've played a quarter of footy. They'll be ready to go. It's relatively warm, probably not as warm as we've had last week. The sun will be out nearly 23, 24 degrees. So that's pretty warm for football. Players will be ready to go every week. Like you asked me, the customary, just pull the team in and the last words. I think that's Clayton Simons there having the last word to his team. Again, you're just reinforcing maybe 1 or 2 points that the coaches asked for, but you're just asking players to give everything they got as they go out to their position. But most players come here with the mindset of what they want to do. It'll be an interesting first 5 minutes for Payneham. I think we'll have a pretty good idea early as to how the game's going to go, whether that, like I said, they come with that maniacal St Kilda style pressure. They need to do that because they won't have the speed on the outside to counter Sacred Heart.
Here we go. It's going to be a great game of footy. Just some facts about some of our umpires as well. Rob Kennelly, 81 years old, is the oldest officiating umpire today. He did Broadview versus Ross Trevor in the Div 1 reserves.
Field umpire.
The oldest umpire officiating overall. So goal umpire there. The youngest officiating umpire is 11 years old. Hannah Cummings was out at Tea Tree Gully and Smosh West Lakes in the Division 2 women, so a massive congratulations to her. Most experienced umpire officiating his 1,243rd game of footy is Barry Lewis in the Adelaide Footy League. And 3 umpires making their debut, David McGleshan, Ruby Barclay and Michaela Zimbabwe as well. So a massive thanks to them. We've got some more umpiring facts coming out, and we'll do them at halftime too, because we're about to get underway for a massive game of football. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Take your seats, everybody. This one's going to be fun. And we are away. Ball comes down. Kelly nearly won the ruck tap out. He might get back onto it now. Does just that. Good tackle there. And Kel gets a little bit of a shove off the player he tackled. Back underway. Slapped down nearly, collected, fired back. Theodorakopoulos. Big fist. And here comes Shock with that speed on the outside that Adam mentioned pre-game. Footy taken, and Peter was turning pretty quickly. High kick inside 50, needs a mark. It's going to work out. Protected the drop zone absolutely flawlessly. And that's a really, really strong mark. And it will be Maroney who lines up.
That was a really good mark by Maroney. I thought he was well and truly out of position. But he just kept his balance enough to take the mark, protected the drop zone. Really good start for him.
Maroney goes back and hits the post. Wow, that's a let-off. Shock one behind. The visitors, Payneham, yet to score. We're only a minute into this contest. Ball in the back pocket. Works its way out. Rahui gives it across. None. Gave the hand pass up before he was bumped. Kelly on the outer side. Ball working its way towards Wagner. Stops, has to pick it up. Well, there's a whistle that's gone. So that's on the outer side, and the umpire said it went out, so we're going to have this one thrown back in. So boundary line beats all comers. Midfield is ready. Ruck's ready too. Ball comes back in. Boyle coming off a best on ground performance last week. Nearly picked up there. Bauer trying to work his way through. He wasn't able to do that. Sacred Heart now with the numbers at the back. McRae tried to get it forward, wasn't able to. And there's a couple of shouts for in the back. Umpires ignore that and say we'll ball it up.
Both teams just feeling each other out at the moment. Plenty of stoppages so far.
Well, slapped down. Manicus with the ball up there in the umpiring department. Ball works its way over the line. Plenty of crowd rocking up. Big game of Division 1 footy. The Sleeping Giants almost in Payneham. One win away from a grand final last year. Shocked the High Flyers at the minute. Out here at Sacred Heart. McAuliffe tapped it towards the side. Ball works its way forward. Sanzo was there. Oh, that's a free kick. Umpire said it was too high, so it's going to work its way back to the defender, Agnew.
Always tricky, isn't it, when you're going back with a flight? You've got to make perfect contact. A little bit stiff there.
Sanderson gives a hand pass off. Moving pretty quickly. Inside forward 50. Ball falls down. Colotto gets the hand pass out. Nye's there. Ball up.
You can see there, Sacred Heart, how quickly they were able to transition from half back. That free kick deep inside 50 already.
Ball goes up. Trying to work its way out. McAuliffe! Goal! First of the day, goes the way of shock. And his 1-1-7 plays. The visitors yet to score. And he does rock the baby as well. It's a celebration, McAuliffe.
Yeah, that was well done. That was a good goal, wasn't it? Unmarked at the stoppage. I wonder if we can get a replay of that up from our producer. But if you're Payneham, you'll be disappointed. Just it's that much space for a left footer to have the shot on goal. Good start for Sacred Heart. Goal from the forward pocket stoppage. Get them off and running.
Had the 3 goals last week as well. 8 disposals. Already up to at least 1 disposal and at least a goal. So having an excellent start to this one. 4 minutes into the contest. Payneham need to fire up again. Can the Falcons swoop? Ball goes back into the centre. Stopped momentarily on its point, which meant McRae was able to run through, but he was stopped pretty quickly by Morris. Had the gloves on last week. He's taken them off. Ball goes up. So back down. Working its way towards the outer side. Great tackle there. Morris stopped again. And the umpire says that one was in the back as he got off him. It was a little bit silly there from Kuehl. So Morris, centre of the ground now, wins himself a free kick. Ball goes out and he's kicked it straight to a shock defender. That one, not one of his better ones, ends up in the hands of Glewis, sorry. Darcy variety, there's a couple out there. Connor, the other one. Look down the line, big fist came in from Clenning. Nye. Oh, what a mark there. Viney just came charging out, able to take it on his chest, flicks it over the top. And Nunn's got the footy. And who better to have a kick? Walking his way back, Matthew Nunn.
It's a great play, Nunn, but the set shot at goal from about 40-45 is not his one wood. Occasionally struggles with a bit of a scrubby ball drop. But his team desperately need a settler here. Good play by Viney. Good composed play after he took the mark at around about 60. He didn't blaze away, found the free target.
Matty Nunn. The man, the myth, the legend. They celebrated him for years at the Redlegs. Kick is on its way. He's got it. Matty Nunn pulls Payneham Norwood Union right close and nearly level with shock. 1-1-7, plays 1 straight 6. Have a look at this on the Dartfish replay.
Yeah, beautiful set shot by Nunn. I sort of gave him the reverse commentator's curse. That said sometimes he's a little bit scrubby with his ball drop, but he absolutely nailed that. Goal umpire did not move. And he's an experienced player, and sometimes you just need to deliver something for your team, and that's what Nunn's done on that occasion. Very composed set shot. Payneham started well. They had the 2 centre clearances. They've had 3 inside 50s to 2. Good start for them.
See Lurs there for Payneham Norwood Union on the bench. Ball goes up again back in the centre. Kelly wins the clearance out. Just a long, high, spiralling punt. Nearly caught by the receiver. And in the end, they're circling for holding the ball. Umpire says no. Now a good tackle. Will end up in the hands of Smith at the bottom of that. Throws it back to the umpire. Ball slapped down. Trying to come charging through then was Window. And he's gone holding the ball. Caught him, all ends up. And Payneham Norwood Union having a little purple patch here.
Trying to see, I think that is Brady Ansell. Didn't recognise him with the dirty moustache on. Sorry, Brady, had to mention that. Great tackle though, great chase down from behind. Correct call by the umpire. It's all coming from the centre clearance, isn't it? They get in field position. Big shot on goal.
So Payneham Norwood Union to take the lead. Kick on its way. Umpire had to do a lot of work and it's across the face. So 1-1-7 apiece now. That's, of course, on the Kieran Hayu Ketsu scoreboard. Of course, a massive fan of their drop. Did you get it? Did you get it?
No, I haven't had any yet. I've seen it everywhere, though.
Well, there you go. Graphics just popped up on the screen there. Vodka and soda. It's delicious.
I'll get a lemon one.
Oh, there you go. So he's already sending in orders with the sponsors, Adam Jeffries. Meantime, back to the footy because we're not here to talk about the drink. Ball does end up in the hands there of Moraney. And turns inside. Oh, great mark there. Harrison Boyle, top-up player at the Adelaide Crows in the sandfall.
Very risky kick taken there by Moroney, but he found his target.
Worked out okay in the end. Ball over the head there of Peter. He's been a good target up forward. Lurs has made his way back onto the ground and he finds himself racked up.
Surprised once they went back into the corridor there. I'm surprised Boyle came out wide again. I thought they might have gone long and attacked a dangerous area with Kate Lotto there, but we're back out wide, right in front of us here, Lockie.
Nunn taking 2 to stop him. All that to go back up. Tap back down. Kick into a little bit of orbit. Big fist away. Working its way towards the boundary line, and that's a great tackle to see it over.
Last time we had the forward pocket stoppage, Sacred Heart were able to get an easy snap-on goal, so Payneham mids and defenders really need to be locked on goal side here.
McAuliffe, well, he was the player that time. Colotto went up in the ruck. Nye was there. Lurs has to try and get it out. Danger signs now as it rolls towards a Payneham player. Hand pass came off from Cole. And that one's going to be a ball up.
Fierce attack on the football there by Ansell again. Looked like Coe was over the football, but Ansell got there very quickly.
Umpire pulls it back up again. And Coe gets it inside forward 50, looking for a leader. Peter was there with a one-on-one. And there's a whistle that's gone. Umpire says that one's my footy. We're going to throw it back in. Ball went out of play.
They've really condensed the field here, Payneham. Like I said, disappointed with that first goal. A lot of numbers around this ball. Should be no space for Sacred Heart.
Ball tries to work its way out. Kill there was able to stop him.
You can see Carlotto's trying to get the tap over the back into the corridor, and that's the one thing that Payneham want to avoid here. Keep it boundary side.
Ball goes up. Kelly slapped it back towards the back of the pack, and then Payneham nearly a clearing kick. Might still work out okay. Here they go, a 2-on-1. Bauer's got to be good. Evens it up till the numbers can arrive. 3-on-3 now as everyone runs in. It's an excellent tackle. Wagner, was he rewarded? No.
That's what you want from Payneham, from those deep defensive 50. Good contest by Bauer there against 2. They get the stoppage. Their forwards can reset, and they're out.
Lurs found the outside ball there with Sanzo. Kick just off half a step and put really high and long. Bauer was nearly grabbed there by Bauer. It was in the end. He just managed to drift through the traffic. Ball sent nearly back inside forward 50. Kick inside. And that's going to be a fantastic grab. Hilliard arriving quickly on the scene to stop that. Hilliard finds Dewhurst. So 1 to 42. 2 opposite ends of the number chart. Working in tandem there. Well, that towards the outer side. Matty Nunn comes and stops for a rest in front of us. Lurs, meantime, nearly gets it back inside forward 50. Does now. Bauer, kick inside. And there's a good mark.
It's having to run a play here, Payneham, aren't they? They've had 6 forward 50 entries so far, but just the 1 goal to show for it. No.
Hill out towards a 1-on-1. Arriving pretty quickly, but are the numbers now. But the ball works towards the outer side with Houston. Houston's kick. It worked out okay. Hilliard's there again, but he was stopped pretty quickly by Kristanzik. Ball might still work out for Kristanzik. He's able to turn. Does he light him up? He sets it towards home. Wagner was on a lead. And he came charging out and took a great mark.
Getting a lot of repeat entries here, Payneham. They're putting on great pressure, not allowing Sacred Heart to clear the ball unpressured. Everything's just a hack kick into Paynham's numbers. Back in it goes. Tricky kick for Wagner. He's looking for a short kick. He's on his left side. We've got to go the old school check side here, but he's capable of dobbing it.
Wagner, the captain. Give Payneham the lead. Kick is around the corner, and the check side's no dramas for a player of Tommy Wagner's class.
Yeah, good goal by Wagner. The ball just sort of fell into his arms out in the pocket. And the pressured kick coming in, I think it was Kristanzik, who's playing on ball today. We've seen Kristanzik play as a sort of a small full forward, but they're pretty tall up at the full forward line at the moment. That was a great shot on goal by Wagner. He was looking to give the short pass, but he's got those little check side kicks in him. Good goal, and they've had a good 5-minute period here, Payneham. Back to the centre where they lead 3-0 so far.
Yeah, we're about to go back to the centre. We'll tap back down. Coe nearly picks it up and does in the end. But we're back. Oh, Brinkworth, Bauer. He was able to intercept. Rahui comes charging inside forward 50. Oh, no, the kick was intercepted. Dropped it momentarily. Morris was there. They're screaming for holding the ball and they get it in the end. Kick now inside forward 51. Kick from home. Might work out. Bending footy. Wagner's there again. He gave the hand pass off, but it was just a sea then of shock players. Well, that's towards the outer side. Colotto comes in over the top and takes a great mark.
Yeah, very much needed for his team. They've been under the pump for the last 5 minutes. Now he'll just want to slow, try and find a short pass maybe, just maintain the ball for a moment. But Payneham looked like they switched on to that. No, they found the short one.
So coach's mark works out okay for Lewis. Then Moraney, he ends up with the footy. Back across Dewhurst, former Glenelg Jr. He's ended up with Sanderson. Sanderson then gives a hand pass across. They're up the line. Kick inside forward 50. Here we go. Hildyard straightens up and kicks ABUT. There we go. They've got another one. 2-1-13. They tie it up on the Kieran Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard.
All started with Kailotto's mark on the half-back line, didn't it? They were able to maintain possession all the way with some short passes. They came across to the fat side of the ground, and a great crumb and a handball there, and a composed finish. He didn't look rushed at all there, Hildyard, did he? That was a nice finish. Just took that extra step, straightened up. And a much-needed goal for Sacred Heart. They only had the 5 inside 50s to Paynham's 9, but 2 goals each from those entries.
Yeah, certainly been a great game of footy.
See what Sacred Heart could do here. Payneham have had all 4 centre clearances go their way. So they need a strong contest in the ruck, but they need their ground level players to start hunting and get first touch on the football here.
Pressure on. Ball tapped down towards the back. Morris was first to arrive, but the runners quickly followed him. Coe nearly got out, but he got tackled in the end. Footy with Morris, and now with Nunn. And Nunn out towards the broadcast wing. Found a mark from Viney.
He's presented well up the field so far, Viney. Not playing that deep role, really playing as a connector at the moment.
Doing a bit of remote work. Sends it up towards the pack. Oh, what a grab, Wagner! And the cooler wags from the Payneham faithful. I love that.
Yeah, that was a fantastic mark. He's capable of it. We've seen him play some big games last year. He's such a tough matchup, Wagner, because he's good at ground level and he's fast. He's like a little bit of a local football Lance Franklin in his prime, and he's got that left leg. We've seen him kick goals from here before as well, Lockie, so can he finish off his great work?
That's a massive comparison. So the local Lance Franklin lines up. Wagner for his second. Kick's on its way. Maybe he's got a little bit of lance about him. That was a great kick.
Early nominee for Player of the Day for mine. Both the mark and then the quality set shot finish. Fantastic play by Wagner. We're looking to have a real breakout game as a guy that's capable for mine of kicking 5 or 6 goals in a game and getting lots of disposals around the ground. Beautiful long left foot kick from just inside the 50-metre arc. Good start to this game for Payneham. I'm impressed with the pressure they're bringing, and their forwards are looking dangerous, Lockie.
3-1 plays 2-1, so it is, of course, the visitors with the lead at the minute. Just a 6-point ball game. About 10 minutes or so from quarter time. Back in the centre we go. Bauer doing the ruck work this time against Colotto. Colotto got it down to Coe, and then Coe was, well, wrapped up pretty quickly.
They've got a big advantage here with Carlotto going up against Bauer, who's the second ruck.
Ball tapped down. Picked up and then kicked out. So the umpire says that one's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Coe.
Hard to miss Coe, isn't it, with the bald head. It's going to Nunn at the stoppages, wins the free kick here. Raking left foot kick.
Kick inside. Oh, that one might still work out. Does. Kicks on goal. Out towards the hot spot. Ball falls down. Fired. Plenty in it. Maroney has to turn. Give it back. Rolling ball. Goalkeeping was ready, and Payneham should just clear. Oh, that's a great take. Only as far, though, as the player in Lewis. He's going to turn around and line up for goal.
Looks like he fancies his chances here on the long set shot. Maybe a slight breeze behind his back here. Bit unlucky there, Payneham. He came out wide. He just didn't quite go wide enough. He needed that ball to hit the ground and get the troops to arrive.
So it's Darcy Lewis with the footy. Getting plenty of advice from the Payneham bench. Kick is on its way. It's shaping back. It's shaping back. They think it's there. It's a goal. There we go. It did get there in the end. Pretty poor defending from Payneham, but the scores are tied up again in this goal-for-goal shootout.
He was confident on the distance as soon as he took that mark, wasn't he? To remind, we're right next to that kick. It didn't look like he struck it perfectly, but I think there might just be a slight little breeze from behind here. We don't have a camera on that goal line. They'll be disappointed not to get a bit of thump on that ball potentially as it lobbed on the line, but a good long set shot there. We've got an even ball game.
Yeah, we do. We certainly do. Of course, closing in on time on, because it's 20 minutes plus time on in the Adelaide Footy League. For those that are just joining us, welcome. We hope we can count on your company every week here on Filming Footy. Ball back in the centre. Doesn't quite work its way out, although there is a hand pass still in the centre of the ground, though, is the football, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Kelly. So Nicholas Kelly gives it across to Matty Nunn. And Nunn out towards the outer side. Lurs. Oh, no. Drop the footy. That's a big tackle. Fished out. And they roll it forward. Nunn. Nunn's ball inside forward. 50. Viney. Shock defending. Brinkworth. His kick, though, smothered. Ball spills out. It's again Wagner. Oh, he's got it. There's 3 for Big T Wagner.
That was on the right foot as well, wasn't it? When we see a lot of left footers aren't always fantastic on their right foot. Like, a great smother there that gave him the opportunity. Whacked it on the right and through it went. Yeah, Wagner, 3 first quarter goals. Coming from turnovers, we spoke about Payneham putting pressure on to create scores, and they've done that. Great smother there. Lobbed the ball back fortuitously, but that's a fantastic finish by Wagner. He would be feeling $1 million up there right now, and Sacred Heart need to shut him down.
Well, he's steering the ship quite nicely. He's the captain, of course, co-captains with Mac Haynes at Payneham for today. Umpire throws it up. Ball works its way forward, and here we go. It's just Boyle going for a run and going for a goal. I'll do the clearance and the goal work, and it'll be touched on the line. He nearly did it all himself. The one-man show, Harrison Boyle, wasn't to be, though.
Just didn't quite nail that kick, did he? It was a fantastic centre clearance on the run from 40, 45 metres. You'd back Boyle normally, but just hit his toe rather than the sweet part of the foot and fell short.
Morris then flicked it across. Ball should sit and did a little ball that does work out there for Coe, and then the kick intercepted. Morris turns around pretty quickly. Samuel Variety. Big fist, well done. Got it towards the boundary line. And that was excellent work from Boyle.
Best part of that fist by the big ruckman is he angled the fist to the boundary line, didn't just let it fall at his feet. He was happy to get it over the boundary line and reset.
Yeah, excellent work. Back in the ruck now is Boyle. Bit of a dead heat there. Ball works its way forward. It's an excellent mark there for the player in Clenning. Clenning looked to go one way, then decides the outer side's where he wants the football. Kick up the line. Oh, it was a drilling ball and it had to be almost perfect. It was. None. Takes one bounce. Had a little bit of time before McAuliffe closed him down. Drops mark, invites the pressure, but plenty there. McKenzie trying to work his way through. And great tackle from Morris. On Morris. Sees him wrapped up and the umpire signals holding the ball or in the back.
Yeah, he got away with one there, Payneham. Overuse. Not sure if the handball play on to Nunn was on. He was always running in an angle towards the boundary line. player that took that mark's better off wheeling over on his right and getting the ball almost inside 50.
So Wagner came in over the top to spoil that one. Doing it all at the minute is Tommy Wagner. And that's going to be a ball in. On the outer side, pretty much even in terms of ground position. Boyle. He's able to flick it back out. That's an excellent tackle too. Rahui might have infringed a little bit though, he did. So he had me fooled. Simons. Towards the outer side, nearly inside forward 50 now. It is just a leg struck through the ball. Waiting back, bang! Big tackle. And Crawford Sanson had nowhere to go.
Yeah, good play by both players. That's fantastic tackle by Colotto, but Payneham player didn't flinch at all. He took the football, knew what was coming.
Excellent work, bravery. You got to be to play this game. Towards the outer side. Picked up, turning around. Lewis ran into trouble, and that one's over the boundary line.
Plenty of pressure out there, isn't there, Lockie? It's good. You'd expect that from Payneham being zipping through. They have to be desperate today to stop the Sacred Heart ball movement on their home ground, and they've done it thus far. Just getting the hand in, plenty of tackles, plenty of smothers.
Ball comes back in. Ripped out the ruck then from Morris, and Window. Kick. Just, again, a soccer forward. Umpire signalled hanging on, so Wagner's won the footy again. Nope, it was Viney.
I wouldn't be mucking around with it if I'm Viney. I'm going long and strong and putting the opposition under pressure.
Go inside forward 50. Big fist came from Smith. Ball falls down. Oh, turnover. Danger signs. Haynes goal. That is what happens when you mess around with a footy. Payneham were there to make sure they paid. And they're jumping away a little bit here. 5-1-31 shock. 3-2-20.
Yeah, that's how they're getting their goals, isn't it? There's nothing fancy there. Again, it's a chase down tackle. We've seen a chase down tackle earlier. Fantastic effort and great composure by Haynes. Didn't take the first snap, took the second left foot goal. So that's just, like we said in the pre-match, that's what Payneham need to do. They just got the ball into a dangerous area. The opposition are going to get the ball. Pressure, pressure, pressure forces the goal. Of their 5 goals, 4 have come from turnovers.
Is it today for Payneham Norwood Union? Well, if you're just tuning in and you don't know the latter situation, you'd be mistaken for thinking that Payneham Norwood Union are the team that are undefeated.
Yeah, that's why Division 1 is such a good competition. There's no easy games.
Ball back in the centre. Kelly slaps it down. That's a great tackle, McRae. Wraps up his direct opponent in Theo.
Just tied up centre bounce in the last couple of efforts. Sacred Heart haven't allowed Payneham to escape easily.
And none. Holds up McRae. Ball up, slap down. Umpire says that one's going to be a ball up. 3 in a row. Oh, bit of a whistle gone. And that was silly. Again, a free kick. Works out the way here of Morris. But it's just silly really from Shock. They don't need to be doing that. And Rahui's got the footy. He's getting plenty of advice from the Payneham faithful and when to release the football. Decided to go then. Turnover now arrives. Window was able to get out a hand pass. Football with Coe. He takes it in the centre of the ground. He's got a couple options. One of them's Lewis, but he went elsewhere instead. Window again arrives. And Maroney able to turn, twist. Coe. Interception from Rahui, and they should be able to get out of drama. A relieving mark taken by the last goal kicker in Haynes.
Great composure there by Rahui. Just took that extra step to find the little mark that his team needed.
Yeah, he did a brilliant job. He does each and every week. He's a solid contributor. Free kick there, a whistle going the way of Shock. It's going to end up in the hands of Lewis. Darcy Variety, of course, Connor's out there as well. And he's actually calling for the footy right in front of him. So there we go, the little Lewis connection. It's a 15-metre kick. Now, told to play it on, so the Paxware will go right in front of the broadcast position. Everyone circles. Ball comes down. There's the whistle. So quarter time, 3-2-20, plays Paynham's at 5-1-31. This is going to be an enthralling game of football. Paynham have fired the first punt. but expect Shock to hit back. We'll see you guys on the other side of this short break.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep. Basically, since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Welcome back here to Sacred Heart. They find themselves behind currently. It's 3-2-20 Shock, but the visitors, Payneham Norwood Union, 5-1-31, and they are having an excellent game of football so far. It's been a really good game. Lockie Gould, Adam Jeffries joining you guys for this one. Take us through this.
Yeah, good game of footy, isn't it? Very entertaining. A lot happening out there. Payneham did exactly what we said they needed to do in the pre-match. They put amazing pressure on inside their forward 50 with 3 or 4 chase down tackles and smothers resulting in goals, direct goals. Start of the quarter was Wagner, wasn't he? He got the goals in different ways. We saw the check side from the pocket. We saw the long left foot set shot after the big contested mark. Then we saw the right foot snap on goal, so he's doing it in all regards. Great start for him, 3 first quarter goals for Wagner as we go for a listen.
Let's not go wide and stand there. Let's start through the middle and get out to shape. Stretch them a little bit. And then on the flip side, when we surge, let's surge first. Let's not take the pressure, and then think about surge and duff kick in, and then they mark it, wonder why. If we get an opportunity to get it deep in our forward half, with dangerous forwards, let's get it in there. Let's not fuck around with it, yeah? Let's go, boys.
Let's get some retention too. Forward 50
Yeah, interesting there, having a bit of a listen. Adam, looking for opportunities to get it deep there, our Sacred Heart. That does make sense.
Yeah, interesting noting that it's obviously the assistant coach on the bench talking at the huddle there as well. I'm sure Carlotta would have had his say as well. But yeah, they didn't get the ball in as deep as they would have liked at times, but it was more the centre clearance would be the one for mine. 5-2 in regards to that stat. Payneham has had more of the football inside 50 as a result of that field position and put amazing pressure on. But Sacred Heart would be disappointed with the quarter footy they played. They're only 11 points down. They did look dangerous at times with their small forwards when they went inside 50. A long way to go.
Well, it was interesting because I watched, while we were in the ad break, I watched Colotto having a chat with the assistant coaches just by himself. So he might have thrown the coach's hat on real quickly, gone and taken a message, and the assistant coaches delivered the message to the rest of the squad as well.
Because he's got his own game to focus on as well,
yeah.
Colotto, doesn't he? So it's a busy afternoon when you're a playing coach. And of course, it only works when you've got good assistants on the bench, which we know Sacred Heart do have.
Could you have done it, been a playing coach, Adam?
No.
No?
No. Not in Division 1 for mine, no.
About to go back here. So, Shock. They've got to get the first goal, you feel, just to have some momentum, because Payneham, they're playing some good footy at the minute. Ball inside forward 50, and here we go again. They've picked up right where they've left off. Viney at half forward. They won the clearance.
He's got a breeze over his shoulder here, Lockie. You can feel that coming over us here. Against the centre clearance, Kristanzik easily, and he's been impressive so far, Viney, hasn't he? Taking his 3-4 marks up high, gets his shot on goal here.
Viney kicks on its way. They had the wind, but the accuracy, well, it went away. Distance never the problem, though. 5-2 plays 3-2, so it's an even 2-goal ball game. There's been some real standouts from both teams. And it's Lewis who looks one way, and then, well, a journey of indecision is what he's on. He decides, I'll go to the far side. Well, Colotto flew for the footy, wasn't able to take it though, the coach. So it emerges with Boyle. And there's a great take, Nye. And pass then across. Fired back the other way, bouncing footy with Wagner. Wagner then picks it up. Sanzo. And then the kick comes in from Catalano. Oh, big pack form with Brewer, and he nearly went flying, but he wasn't able to take the mark. Probably about to come back. I'm probably about to throw it back into play. Ball comes down. And the big kick inside forward 50. Wagner got off the chain again against Smith.
Nothing fancy there, wasn't it? Just that little hat kick out of the stoppage. But Wagner, like again, he's such a tricky matchup because he's so fast off the mark. He's taller than what you think. And he's probably got a nice little shot at the goal face here with his left foot, going at his 4th goal for the match already, and he'll be feeling the $1 million.
Yeah, he will be. Not often you kick 4 in the first half of a game, let alone just into the second quarter. It was Pippett's kick as well. See what Wagner can do. He's getting off the chain. He's missed. So it's now 5-3 plays 3-2.
Watch for Sacred Heart with the set play here. If they can't find an easy short one, they'll find a tall target and they'll have a set play with Crummers and try and get the fast break out the back. Just didn't quite happen for him on the last occasion. Let's see what happens here.
Agnew was best on ground on the 26th against Port District. Ball works its way forward. Oh, left the footy behind though. That's dangerous signs. And he's in a little bit of trouble there as he turned around to try and grab it.
That was the set play I was talking about. Just a fumble in the middle of the ground cost them there. They would have gone coast to coast, Sacred Heart.
Something to watch out for Payneham because they really can't have that happening. As you mentioned off the top there, Adam, they really don't have the speed to match him on the outside. Ball works its way out. Morris had to go in. Nunn turned one way then the other. And in the end, his little semicircle worked out okay. Brinkworth, good tackle, and that one's going to be a ball up.
He's paid holding the ball here, the umpire.
So we just saw there Jeremy Cheney just scratching his head, thinking through his options. He now works its way down towards the outer side, and that's going to work out okay in the end for Simons. He finds a good kick. Inside forward 50's where it goes, and it's a great grab as well from Lauby.
It was a fantastic kick inside 50, wasn't it? Absolutely lasered it. Lauby almost made that look easy, but he steamed out at the football. Took an old-fashioned full forwards mark out in front of his eyes with the pressure coming down on him. See what he can do on the set shot here. They've had all the play here, Payneham, in the first 4 minutes. Sacred Heart's first forward 50 entry, but they get the mark. Set shot from 50 for Lauby.
Lauby lines up. Kick on its way. What can he do? Oh, he salutes. And it is a great goal. Shock fire the first punch in the second quarter. It's 4-2-26. Payneham Norwood Union at 5-3-33.
Yeah, it's great efficiency there by Sacred Heart, isn't he? He was a bit closer than what we thought with the depth we've got here. He was about 45 metres out, Lauby, and a beautiful kick. It was all set up by a beautiful mark, steaming out. And again, they look dangerous with their ball movement off half-back, don't they, Sacred Heart? If Payneham can't turn the ball over through the middle of the ground and get a repeat entry, Sacred Heart look like they'll go deep. Last 2 kickouts I thought would have gone the end. They didn't. But yeah, Payneham, the first 3 entries, no score. Sacred Heart going once and score. We've got a 7-point ball game.
A couple of fans enjoying it up from the balcony there. They'll be coming off 10 disposals last week as well. Back in the middle we go. Rolling out towards Nunn. Nunn then turns one way and gives it across towards Morris. Morris, Kristanzik, problem. His problem was Simons, but he got rid of him and the football. Gave the hand pass off towards Catalano. No one's going to roll towards the boundary line and ends up going out in front of Dewhurst.
I'll have to see a replay of that later on, but it looked like Matty Nunn looked like he did a little soccer tap up to himself there to get that centre clearance. Tremendous play by Payneham again, dominating the centre clearances first 2 this quarter.
He's a tremendous player, Matty Nunn. Ball now works its way. It was with Window, but spilled out, and that one's going to end up being a free kick. There was a whistle that's gone, and it's gone the way there of Braun, one of the ends for this week. Kick up the line. There's plenty of calls to get over and get one. Make sure you get involved here. It's cool from the coaching. Kick towards Collotto. And that's a great tackle wrapped up. Ball was brought to ground. And Coe was waiting down, but it wasn't quite to be for him. Ball about to be thrown back up. Boyle, tap down. Able to get it out there to the other Boyle, Harrison. He was involved in that as well. Nunn, kick, long, high. Haynes, well done. That was an important fist. They're at the back here. Flick back across. Bauer, no. And they should get out of there via Agnew. Agnew's kick up the line. What a grab! Oh, Houston flew. And big fist away as well. This one's getting pretty exciting at the minute. Kick from Morris. He got the hand pass from Wagner. And Sanderson, they should be able to get out of drama here. McAuliffe. And they are now away. One bounce. He might have to go for another here. He does. Harrison Boyle arches the back. Drills the footy inside forward 50. And he gets a mark as well for his troubles. And it's gone the way there of Lauby.
That's a tremendous play by Harrison Boyle. He's a powerful player. He's strong, but he is quick. That was a great kick to the fat side. Noted as that last entry, Viney will be disappointed he didn't get the Dukes out and mark that football, and the ball's gone coast to coast in a jiffy.
I do apologise. That one there is actually Connor Lewis, who's kicked a goal. And he gets a hand and he gets a high five for his dramas as well. So they move it across to 4-2-26. Payneham Norwood Union 5-3-33. And I apologise, 5-2-32. Plays 5-3-33.
So it's great rebound football by Sacred Heart, who are under the pump. They're losing the centre bounce. They're conceding higher inside 50 numbers. But they're defending grimly, but they look so dangerous. Once they get the ball at half back, they can explode. They need to put a little bit of work into Boyle, who's, if he's given a little bit of space, he's going to carve you up.
1 point the difference in the Kieran Hayo Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. Thanks to Kieran Hayo Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. Ball back in. And tap back down as we're away again. Nunn just says, please, someone lead at me. Little kick works out okay. Haynes. Haynes then turns. There's a great mark as well. They're able to take it defensively, and that is through Darcy Gluyas.
See to get a contest inside 50, don't they, Payneham? They're getting the ball in there enough. When the ball hits the ground, they can put some pressure on, but allowed the intercept mark on that occasion. That one's travelled wide, and they should get a repeat entry here.
It's going to end up with Payneham. So as you said there, Adam, they are going to get a repeat entry. McKenzie's the kicker. His kick goes inside. Oh, bit of a contest at the back then. It might be a free kick. And it works out okay in the end for Shock. It's in the end in the back, so it's going to be a free kick. And just a little bit sore there is Sanderson.
Yeah, it was well done by Sanderson. He back hard and drew the in the back there. He'll want to take his time. Again, look at that set play. And then not what I thought the big fella was going to do there. He'll be disappointed with that Sando, but Nunn played it smart. He just sort of tempted him into taking the short one, then he was onto it in a jiffy.
And Nunn, well, he was quickly on the scene.
Same spot, other end of the ground. He kicked one from this same spot in the first quarter, about 45 out in the 45-degree angle.
Let's see what he can do. Matthew Nunn. Kick on its way, going towards goal. And it's just missed. Sanderson had the last laugh in the end, was able to get it punched across the line. So, works out in the end as Agnew is going to take the kick in. A 2-point ball game, the difference. It's up in the hands of McRae. He turns and assesses all the options ahead of him. Out towards the boundary line, big pack forming. Malby went up, but it falls down. Great tackle. Gluyas was involved. And the call of excellent work. Holds it up. Ball up. Wagner. Slapped down. That's almost holding the ball. Umpire let him play. And Agnew was back there to take a good defensive mark.
Holding up well, aren't they, the Sacred Heart defence? It's 8 inside 50s, no score yet for Payneham this quarter, no goals.
McRae. And towards the outer side, good mark taken, turning pretty quickly then is Gluyas. Oh, the footy's bouncing around, no one able to grab it. It ends up in the hands of Shock. Rainey has to fire it back. Q, oh, he had his head taken off. And he's won himself a free kick. Umpire saw that one immediately.
Is that Cameron Keel down in the forward pocket? I think it might be. Always a tough one, isn't it? The players are so good at drawing those free kicks now. And again, this is only their third inside 50 for the quarter, Lockie, but it's going to be their third shot on goal. So again, looking good when they can explode off halfback, Payneham with all the territory. Sacred Heart playing that soccer style of rebound, getting good looks into an open field.
13 disposals, 3 clearances for him last week. Strutting his stuff and kicking a goal. Excellent work. Shock back in front of this one. 6-2, 38. Payneham Norwood Union at 5-4-34. As the umpire gives us the signal.
Showing their class here, Sacred Heart, aren't they, inside 50? Like I said, only 3 entries and 3 beautiful long goals. So yeah, looking super dangerous when they go in, and they're weathering the storm here. Like I said, Payneham are on top at the centre bounce. They're on top inside 50. They've had 8-3 this quarter, but they haven't been able to find a goal. And when they don't, and the rebound happens, Sacred Heart looking super dangerous. But Sacred Heart need to try and fix up this centre bounce. Let's see what they can do here.
So clearances still very much the way of the Falcons. Ball comes back down. McRae, rolling footy. Collected nicely by Lurs. Lurzen gave it across to Hewson. Agnew went the fist this time and got it towards the boundary line. Interesting decision there from Agnew not to mark. Potentially thought he was under a little bit more danger than what he was.
Yeah, you're always easier in the commentary box, isn't it, Lockie? I always thought when defenders, if they go for those sort of double-fisted spoils, they're better off going for the marks because they drop it. It's a spoil anyway, but he's an experienced player, Agnew. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, he does. Was best on ground already once this season. Ball then rolls inside forward 50. Picked up. Oh, Morris, he's dangerous. Rahui, he's in trouble and he's wrapped up.
We've got a high tackle back here, Lockie, I think. Just a little clip over the ear, nothing too serious. But he's got the shot on goal, about 40 out directly in front. Again, Payneham, they look dangerous when the ball's on the ground, don't they? The aerial ball's all fall in the way of Sacred Heart this quarter. But his team desperately just needs a little settler here because they're playing good footy, Payneham. They don't want to lose touch.
Yeah, they do. Settler vitally important. Kick now. He walks in. Payneham Norwood Union to retake the lead. Kick is on its way. They're pretty happy with it. They're really happy with it. Excellent goal. And what a kick that was there from Morris. Montrib just walk in, knew exactly what he was doing on the Dartfish replay, and they are now 6-4-40, plays 6-2-38.
Yeah, they just, again, Payneham, when they go inside 50, they need to try and make sure they don't let Sacred Heart take those intercept marks, because if the ball's on the ground, Their tall forwards are good ground level players. They're able to put lots of good pressure on. When the ball's on the ground, you got the ball in your hands. Little sneaky high free kick, nothing much in it. Right decision by the umpire, and you get the set shot and you get the goal.
Shock moving the magnets around. So everyone catches their collective breath. With massive games happening all over the filming footy for the Adelaide Footy League. Make sure you tune in each and every week. It's a great division, great competition. We're now rolling towards the outer side. Collected by Lewis, and he's wrapped up. Umpire says that one's going to be thrown up.
Centre clearances by Minor now 9-3 for the match in favour of Payneham.
Payneham absolutely flying away at the minute. Ball then works its way towards the front of the stoppage. McAuliffe, he was there for Shock, and he's wrapped up himself. Getting plenty of advice from those fans that have rocked up, a couple hundred in the house. Little hand pass over the top and from window, and then Huell grabbed the footy. Umpire hugs himself and says we're going to have a ball up. Right in front of us here. Ball goes up, tap forward, McRae rolling, footy almost kind of worked out there for Hunter Window. He's back on it, and it's going to be a ball up. Oh. I think that one's going to go way of Theo Dorokopoulos.
One of those modern day holding the balls, a little bit stiff there, Window for mine. He was hunting the football.
Did well, did Theo, gave the hand pass off, and then the footy ended up back inside forward 50. Collected nicely, Lurs in trouble with his opposite number 4 in Agnew. Tap forward, trying to work it forward, there was Braun. Fired back, Lurs, none. And the umpire said that one was a throw, so it's going to work out okay for McRae.
They got to watch the rebound here. They can quickly go coast to coast, can Sacred Heart. They need to slow them down.
McAuliffe, and then Hildyard. And Moraney, that's an excellent grab.
Again, the pattern of play is the same, isn't it? There's a good mark going back with the flight there. It's only their 4th inside 50 again, Lockie, but as soon as they get the ball off half back, they look like they're going to score, don't they? Coast to coast, and he snapped the goal.
It gets the goal indeed. Couple of high fives and Shock back in front, 7-2-44. Payneham Norwood Union 6-4-40. We've got a seesawing contest here at Sacred Heart.
Yeah, so what Payneham need to do is they need to try and get some deeper entries inside 50s. They've had 11 entries this quarter. They've had a lot of shallow entries, a lot of balls around that 40-metre mark, which you can rebound quickly. But again, Sacred Heart, I mean, press, with the class they're showing here, like I said, they're getting beaten at the centre bounce. They're conceding inside 50s, but the scoreboard's the most important stat, isn't it? Lockie, we talk about all these numbers sometimes, and what they want to do, you want to score goals, and you want to score more goals in the opposition, and Sacred Heart exploding off half-back with some impressive ball movement. Good mark there by Moroney and an easy snap-on goal.
It's the most important thing, isn't it? The scoreboard.
It's the one stat you want to win every week.
Yeah, if you win that, eventually you end up winning a grand final if you win that each and every week. Meantime, Boyle gets it going forward. The back ball falls down. Lewis is there tracking his direct opponent there in Crawford Sanderson, and Sanderson's wrapped up. Umpire says that one's going to be a ball up in the forward pocket. Run waiting now just to get the ball back to the umpire. Walks himself out so then the ball doesn't go straight back over the boundary line. Kelly and Boyle doing the ruck contest. Kelly then gets a soccer clear. Oh, left it behind. Huell, Cole, Huell working in tandem, those two are. Ball flicked forward. Boyle, Hewson defending well. And that's a great mark as well from the player in Sanzo.
That's one of those lucky ones, isn't it? Can lob anywhere, but just lob with the Payneham player who can just take his time, try and find a target.
Sanzo out and at the back. Great grab there, Wagner. He's working remotely today. Forward, back, midfield will do it all. Up and well done there. Bauer able to come down. There's been a couple of high flyers so far. And that one's going to be up there with a couple of, with the best mark we've seen today.
Yeah, a good mark, but they're smart play as well. Sacred Heart back in numbers, got back first, so they'll have to just maintain possession and get their forwards back inside 50.
They've got the switch to the near side. Krastanzik ended up with the footy from McKenzie. McKenzie kept on running. He's ignored. Ball towards the top of the 50 arc. Comes down. Plenty of players around it. All of them wearing Shock colours except for Mac Haynes. Haynes just sends it up. Ball falls loose. Still loose. Ansell He might get it back. North, they're turning. Kick from Sanzo goes back inside forward 50. Wagner was at the front of the pack. He was double teamed. Agnew arrived pretty quickly. Umpire said that one's going to be a free kick going the way of the number 4 for Sacred Heart, Agnew.
Kristanzic's kick to none there is the kick that I wouldn't be taking. Shallow entry to a small player. I would have gone long up the line to their tools to ensure that Sacred Heart can't rebound. Better pressure here from Paynham's caused the turnover.
They have caused the turnover. Viney, there's a little bit of fire in the center of the ground, and there's a good tackle as well. Just a couple of players going for the same footy, and Ko ends up with the ball.
It was a mean tackle there by Ko, wasn't it? Needed as Payneham were about to go back inside 50.
So it was he wrapped up 9 in the end. McRae out of side. And turns and goes up the line. Footy's going to fall down. And he is gone. That's the call. Umpire says no. It's going to be a ball up. Fair enough. Payneham fans wanted holding the ball. They didn't get it. It's going to be balled. Thrown aloft. Colotto was there. He was involved. McAuliffe won the stoppage clearance, and he might have helped a teammate get a mark as well. Umpire said no, it's actually gone the other way. McKenzie at the back defending well. Stanzik out towards Haynes. He's gotten himself involved ever since he kicked that goal. Marked it in front of the player in Braun. At the line, just absolutely able to clamp him at the minute, Wagner, and he's in some kind of pain. Able to stand up slowly, though. The local Lance Franklin, that's what you dubbed him earlier, Adam.
Yeah, it was a good mark. It was just lost a few seconds there. Now Sacred Heart got numbers back.
It did, and then the ball fell down into a bit of a contest at the minute. Kill, hands and knees. He's wrapped up by his opposite number, and the umpire says we'll have a ball up.
It's a better spot to kick it, though. It's a little bit deeper. It's a little bit out wide, so they should be able to defend the ground here, Payneham, because they'll be wary of Sacred Heart exploding off halfback again.
Well, works its way to the front. Kostanzik, he was tackled. Catalano. Umpire says that one's going to be a free kick, though, and it's going to end up going the way of Boyle.
Correct decision there by the umpire. That was not a handball that he got rid of the ball with, so it's a good tackle by Ball. Much needed, because Payneham were out the back of that stoppage, weren't they?
Simons kicks it towards the pack. Boyle got the fist away. Ball bounced past everyone until there was a player waiting in the back of the contest. Long high footy inside forward 50. Comes down Kristanzik. The footy fired out. Absolutely no time and space in this one at all. Big fist. Knocked it forward. Nunn. Q got there first but lost the footy with the pressure from Nunn. Lauby. He flicked it back across. Simons. Again, the Payneham pressure ferocious. Sacred Heart still got the football though. Holding the ball's the call from the Payneham faithful. Again, not given. Probably fair enough on that occasion. Kill sends it back inside forward 50 and out the back. Hildyard kicks a goal. They move it across to A250. Payneham Norwood Union 6-4-40.
Again, it's their 5th goal for the quarter. Sacred Heart from only 7 entries, Lockie, so they're just looking really damaging when they go in. Payneham have had the 13 entries just for the 1 goal, so yeah, they're showing their class here, Sacred Heart. Like I said, not winning all facets of the game, but their ball movement, their explosion off halfback, and their precise kicking inside 50, making it very, very difficult for Payneham to defend at the moment.
So, a 10-point ball game. Shock, the first team that have got back-to-back goals since Payneham got back-to-back goals in the first quarter. After they levelled the scoreboard and eventually ended up taking the lead. But we have had a seesawing, enthralling game of football so far. Bauer tried to work it out and then did well. Here we go, Kristanzik. Plenty of options inside forward 50. Picks one out wearing a Shock shirt though. And the footy was dropped. Umpire signalled play on towards window on the outer side. He's got Houston to deal with and did nicely, just turned back inside.
They're away here again, plenty of space through the middle of the ground.
Here comes Shock. Kill! Oh! He was absolutely bumped off the football.
Need to get a goal on the rebound here, Payneham, after that fantastic turnover.
It was Hines, worked it out towards Nunn, and then Nunn's kick inside forward 50. Great tackle. And that one is going to be thrown back. No, it's going to be a free kick. So Shock end up with the ball. And they're told to go towards the boundary. 24 minutes gone in this quarter, so you'd think the Sirens in at least 5 minutes away. Comes down in a little bit of contest at the minute. No one able to win it. Moraney took the football, but he was immediately taken into tackle. Umpire's going to throw this one out, throw this one up right. Even Stevens in terms of ground position on the edge of the centre square. Ball goes up. And we're going to have another ball up. So there's been a lot of great efforts out there today. So Footy goes back up. We've got a half a Footy. We've got a game and we've got a little bit of this quarter and a half remaining after that. So it's going to be absolutely ferocious football. Ball collected by Wagner. Wagner then turning and twisting and trapped. Pippett. Ball falls down. Oh, and that's holding the ball. And there it is. Half-time arrives. And the score is 8-2-50. The visitors at 6-4-40. It is a 10-point ball game, and we will see you after these messages back here at Sacred Heart.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep. Basically, since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HECS doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep. Basically, since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HECS doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
And we are back here in the BTR Excavations Division 1. It's been a fantastic game of football so far here, where the scoreboard is 8-2-50. Payneham are 6-4-40. It's Sacred Heart by 10 points. Joined in the box by Adam Jeffries. Adam, talk us through the rest of as the umpires come out onto the ground. What a fantastic job they've done. Of course, umpiring appreciation round, supporting our teams in pink and green. Of course, we've got the green here today, but we did see the team in pink in action earlier as well in the reserves. They do a fantastic job. Sacred Heart College, wonderful, wonderful place to call football from. Wonderful place to go to school by all accounts as well.
Yeah, good. Always good spot facilities here are very good, aren't they? And going through the scores at the other grounds, we're a little bit behind here, aren't we? So the other grounds are into the third quarter. We're still at half time, and that is not a typo. 2 goals, 16 Broadview. That is not a typo. That is accurate.
Of course, coming out onto the ground now are shocked, but let's start there. 2 goals, 16. Now, obviously, we haven't seen any of the game, but that is not good. They've had 18 scoring shots, should be comfortably ahead in that game. 18 scoring shots to 12. Ross Trevor still lead that game of footy. Broadview right now look like their own worst enemy.
They'll be happy with how they're playing, I would have thought, because Broadview obviously, coming in 10th this year, and a lot of us are tipped them to finish the season in 10th and get relegated. But to have that many more scoring shots than Ross Trevor, who we saw play last week, play really good football, they'll be disappointed because they're not going to get a lot of opportunities to win games, are they? And then look like they've got one there, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot with their kicking out goal. But we're not at the ground, so we're not sure. But yeah, it's a crazy scoreline to see, isn't it? 8 goals, 2 here, and 2 goals, 16 elsewhere. Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting, of course. The other thing to keep in mind as well is Salisbury North, 9 goals, 8-62, doing a number on Prince Alfred, 2 goals, 6-18.
Yeah, I'm not totally surprised by that personally. You will be, Lockie. You'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
You're Premiership fancy.
No, a grand final fancy. I didn't say Premiership.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I think Prince Alfred perhaps have overachieved in those first few rounds. They've got a very young team who we saw last week, but Salisbury North looked like a more seasoned team to me. Back on their home ground. A lot of football still to be played. Go ahead, Lockie.
I was just going to say, it just keeps getting worse for Broadview. They're now 2 goals, 18.
Yes. Hopefully they can kick a goal soon, because they're right in that game, aren't they? Amazingly, only 2 points down. So, yeah, plenty going on at the other venues. Lots of close games, as there always is in Division 1. And even here, Lockie, you spoke about the quality of the competition. This is 1st versus 9th today, right? So, and this is our match of the day. That's obviously because Payneham had a slow start to the season, but it's so even. No team in the top 3 goes to any venue and think, oh, we've got this today. If you're 5% off in Division 1, you will get done. But it's a bit of a shame here for Payneham. They've got a bit of the Fremantle Dockers about them at the moment. Sacred Heart have got a bit of the Collingwood about them, because Payneham have dominated all the numbers bar the scoreboard. They've had 27 inside 50s to 17 by my count. They've had 10 centre clearances to 4, so they're owning territory, but what they're not doing is getting deep entries and being able to lock the ball in. And what Sacred Heart were able to do, a bit like Collingwood did on Thursday night, is they go inside 50 and they score, and they get you in the open field on the rebound. They don't have a really big forward line, do they, Sacred Heart? They've got nimble players who can move and use the ball, and it suits that sort of rebounding game off half-back. So, yeah, but Payneham are still well and truly in this. Like I said, they've had 10 more inside 50s, more centre clearances, had plenty of the ball. They just need to maybe just find a little bit of a different method going in. They need their forwards to win some more contests and lock it in. Because when the ball's on the ground, they look like something's going to happen. Their tall forwards are good ground level players. Yeah, 10 points down. They're right in this Payneham. They'd want to kick the first goal just to keep it close, though, because Sacred Heart, for mine, haven't played their best football. Find themselves in front.
Yeah, look, Sacred Heart, they do what good teams do, and they win even when they're not at their best. Of course, still a long way to go before they can officially grab the chocolates today. Speaking of things that are sweet, of course, our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archies, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, and of course the scoreboard today brought to you by Kieran Hayo Ketsu. Hello, yes, thanks to the Kieran Hayo Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. Filming Footy for Footy Stats, Dartfish, Farmers Leap. Of course, you're heavily involved there, Adam. Do a fantastic drop. The best on ground, of course, we've got the Archies, plus the Filming Footy beanie and the $50 pub voucher coming up. And it's been an absolutely fantastic day of football so far. Cannot wait for the rest of this one. Of course, the Coach of the Week also, that's a Farmers Leap sponsored award there as well. Goal of the Week brought to you by Born to Build. Snag of the Year brought to you by Jags Meatworks. And the winner receives a tray of their finest meats. That'll go down nice on a summer barbecue. And Mark of the Week brought to you by Born to Build. And Mark of the Year is brought to you by the Moonlight Suites by Kimberley Resorts, where the winner receives 3 nights accommodation in Broome. You can see all the winners by going to the Filming Footy social media page, or you could watch our weekly show Between the Posts. It's always great fun to film that one. Between the Posts, that'll be filmed tomorrow and out on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a bit of a midweek show, but filmed on a Sunday. Always great fun.
See if Payneham look to change anything up here. I don't think they will. Like I said, they played good football. It's just about taking opportunities inside 50 and maybe just trying to get some slightly deeper entries, not taking those risky balls, short kicks that'll land on about 50. Now, their pressure skills need to remain high so they don't allow that rebound. But they're right in this game, Payneham. They'd love to continue their domination at the centre bounce. It's been surprising for mine because I've been pumping up Sacred Heart's on ball division, but Kristanzik have been very, very good in there. Getting some pure exits from the centre bounce, getting field position. Let's see if Sacred Heart can turn that stat around, because if they do and get more field position, it might be a little bit tricky for Payneham to win this game.
Sun's starting to set here in Adelaide for your Saturday. It's been great fun. The Adelaide Footy League on Filming Footy. We're about to get ready to go. The season's still young. Another 14 weeks after this before we even look at finals. And we are away. Ball comes down. Fired out from Boyle to Window, and then Window's hand pass ended up on the ground, so Nunn decided to go in and win the football. Lewis takes the mark back there. That's Darcy variety. Both him and Connor already have a goal. Towards the outer side. McRae went up, wasn't able to quite hang on to it. Footy flicked forward. Great tackle there as the ball gets played out towards the forward 50 line. Collected. Wagner turns, looks, drilling ball towards the pocket there. I think he was going for Rahu. He might still work out. And in the end, Hildyard did enough to get it over. There's a whistle.
Are we going to get a last touch, or are we going to get a throw-in? I think we're going to have a throw-in. If there's ever any doubt, the umpire should be throwing the ball in, not giving away free kicks, which is what they've done. Good position for Payneham here. Very deep forward pocket stoppage. They need to lock the ball in here.
Ball comes back into play. Working its way nearly towards the front of the stoppage. Ended up getting out. And it's going to be a ball up. Brinkworth ended up with the football, but the umpire called it back. So contestant work. And an absolute premium at the minute. Brinkworth nearly got it away. Boyle, Hildyard. Umpire said...
I think we played a sling tackle back here. I think it was the right call.
For mine that was, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in 1965. But yeah, we can't sling tackle anymore. So right decision there. He's a little bit groggy actually. We should see the trainers go out to him.
Well, hopefully he's okay. That kick was long, but unfortunately not accurate. It just ended up in the hands of Nicholas Kelly. Kelly then turns, puts it out towards the leading player there. It was Bauer who went up. He's
just misjudged that totally. It's a little bit windy here. It's not a crazy windy day. Maybe he was waiting for pressure to come. He was uncontested and just the type of mark he needed, Bauer, to get himself into the game and get his team going.
So Lewis, and towards the outer side, Kelly won himself a free kick and fired back towards McKenzie. McAuliffe did a lot of gut running, but it didn't end up affecting the play. Ball then brought down, little hand pass across, goes back, check side from the boundary line, and that is going out. It was an ambitious effort in the end from Pippett. Kick now works out with Agnew, and Agnew takes his time. They found a little 15-metre one into the back line.
It's been a good acquisition, Agnew, hasn't he? He's just a real steady head for them down back.
Well done, Kelly. Took one grab, although the umpire said play on.
It's been a roadblock so far, Kelly, hasn't he? All of their exits have landed with him. Good start by him, creating a big wall.
And we're going to have a ball up. Ball comes down. Nye got it out. Only as far as the waiting Lewis, though, at the back of the pack. Ball then punched forward. Rolling and nearly able to get it out there was Morris. Coming through and charging hard out towards Colotto. Mackenzie wins that battle. Ball then hand passed. Collected by Catalano. It just sat, bouncing end on end. And then just the high ball up onto the wing. And it's a good mark down from Boyle. Boyle able to just kind of relieve. Plenty waiting here to see what can happen. So Boyle does a really, really good job week in, week out. Ended up with a few disposals as well. Well, more than 5 back across. And then inside forward 50, punched away. And in the end, that one's not going to trouble the scorers.
Good pressure there by Payneham. Look like he's going to have a snap on goal. Good tackle. Forced the kick off the side of the boot. Mackenzie will relieve. He's done a good job, Mackenzie, playing on Kailotto. We haven't called Kailotto a lot today, have we? He's playing a great role contesting for his team, but hasn't been able to take a mark thus yet.
Nope, not yet. Ball now in the back pocket.
Doesn't get enough credit for that, Mackenzie, does he? He's known as a distributor off half-back, but like I said, he can shut you down and get the ball as well.
Yeah, not many in any competition are able to do both and work so hard defensively and offensively as well. And Mackenzie does that really well. Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Having another solid season. As you'd expect for a guy that's played at a high level.
Does a really, really good job week in, week out. Brad Mackenzie, he's an absolute starlet of this Payneham Norwood Union team. In the end, coming charging through. Back down, and it's going to be balled up.
It's a little bit of a stalemate here, isn't it, Lockie, where we know that the first goal here is super important for both teams, for Payneham's belief and to hang close. Sacred Heart, I said, haven't been at their best today, but if they can get that 3-goal lead, they might be able to run away with it.
Window, Lewis. Ball back inside, forward 50, and wow, Colotto just came charging out and took an excellent grab.
There's the commentator curse, isn't it, for Mackenzie? We spoke that that's Colotto's first mark for the day that we've called. It was a spearing kick inside 50, and he classically got the dukes out. One thing Colotto is good. Hopefully I don't put the commentator's curse on you, Lockie, but he's a very neat set shot for goal from this range. Should be able to pop it through. The playing coach of Sacred Heart.
So coach's goal. Oh, goal umpire. Oh, he's missed. Did enough shuffling. And shock while they get the first score for the second half. It is only a minor though. 8-3-51. Payneham Norwood Union 6-4-40. Well, now about to be brought back in. Kick out towards the player there in Wagner. That's Max Variety. And coming charging again. None. Told Viney to kick it down the field, and he did. And only player hanging about then was Colotto.
Yeah, tricky situation there for Viney. He's not expecting that handball, being a key position player. They force a turnover here, though. See if they can get the ball on the rebound back inside 50.
Yeah, it's solid there to find the outlet kick from Morris. Morris then found Mackenzie, and Mackenzie with a tracer bullet. Manages to hit up Rahui. Rahui told to play on. Just sends it out, and it's a great grab. Viney, did he have enough of the footy? Umpire said absolutely he did.
Did it better that on occasion, didn't he, Viney? He's been solid today. Took some good marks on the wing in the first quarter, but he got the hands out there, didn't he? He looks to take the chest mark a lot of the times. But when you've got good defenders on you, you've got to get the arms out, and he did on that occasion. His team desperately needs a straight kick here.
Viney, he is indeed the danger man. What can he do? That's a kick. Walks his way in, and, well, when you don't kick him at one end, they'll make you pay at the other. And Viney gets a goal, 7-4. Plays 8-3, a margin of just 5 points here.
Yeah, that is a big turnaround, isn't it, Lockie? Like I said, Colotto had the shot from about 30 out directly in front, and he just missed. And then Viney got the similar opportunity at the other end and scored. It's a 5-point ball game where it could have been a 3-goal ball game. So a big swing there. Payneham on the positive side of that. Good mark by Viney. Got the hands out on that occasion. Settling goal for his team.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll say they were doing the old, well, they'll say Payneham, they were doing the old 12-point play and got it in the end. And we'll extend it out. Ball about to go back in the centre. Great ruck tap down. That time worked out okay for Noble and then Window. And McAuliffe fighting hard with Nye before reinforcements arrive for both teams. Nunn turning one way, then the other. And in the end, managed to get it down the line towards Haynes. Haynes
working in a phone box there, Matty Nunn. That's great play. And we've got a 25-metre penalty. Not sure what that was for. Maybe came over the mark. Can Payneham launch and get inside 50 again?
That would be my best guess on the situation. Ball then works out okay.
Wagner.
Just fell into his lap almost, Wagner.
That 25-metre penalty is costly, isn't it? Because what they allowed was them to get over the set defence and get it deep inside 50. So very costly little 25. Not sure what it was for, but allowed Wagner to have a one-on-one deep inside 50. Great contested mark by him, lining up his 4th goal, Lockie.
So after 3 in the first quarter, let's see if he can give Payneham Norwood Union back the lead in this seesawing encounter. A little bit of a stutter in his run-up. It's working for him so far, but there's a behind. And I think by my math, that's 3 goals, 2 for him today.
Yeah, he's player you've got to watch, don't you? Because he can turn it on in the blink of an eye. We're desperately disappointed with that set shot, though, but he'll get more opportunities through the day.
So the ladder leaders have got a 4-point ball game. And Sanderson told to play on. Did just that. Sends it out. Bit of a pack forming. Viney flew. And because he crashed the pack, the ball ended up going towards the front. Lewis arrived quickly and he was wrapped up. Darcy, again, having a great day out there. Ball's about to go up on the edge of the centre square towards the left-hand side of your screens here on Filming Footy. And then works its way through. Big hand pass. They're working it through here, Shock. Well, it was a little bit of a... It's going to work out okay, because Colotto's just going to run into the open goal and miss. Well, Colotto probably lets another chance go begging. 8-5, plays 7-5. It is a 5-point ball game here.
Just enough pressure came to his kicking leg, didn't it? We had to do that quick little check side on the run. But again, another miss. Payneham dodge a bullet.
McKenzie. His kick goes out towards the wing. One grab nearly taken then from Noble, but it ends up going over instead. Noble, of course, mentioned he was best on ground last week. Ended up with the 15 disposals, 35 hitouts, and 12 of those were to advantage. So did a brilliant job. Slap back down then from Noble. Wins another hitout. Not sure that one was to advantage, though. Ended up in the hands of Pippett. Tap down. Noble again. That time won the hit out. And inside forward 50 shot go again. Moraney, he was there, but the ball's gone over and out.
The opposite of the second quarter now. Sacred Heart going inside 50 and being wasteful. Like I said, they kicked 5 goals from 7 entries in the second quarter. No goals from 5 entries so far, 12 minutes into this third quarter.
Well, Payneham shot themselves in the foot last week by being wasteful inside forward 50, so Shock will only have to ask their opponents today around what the costs of that are. Well, comes back down. Collected and Q. Oh, I don't know how he's done that, but it worked out okay. He just dropped it on his foot and put it through.
Interesting to see a replay. That looked like he accidentally kicked it through in the end. We got the beautiful, they'll be disappointed there, Payneham. They let the Sacred Heart players stream through goal side, the tap going to the area they don't want it to. Great little give there. And it was just almost a little drop kick accidentally on the goal line, went through. Was it Glyas that gave him the handball?
Well,
and Keel kicks his second.
Well, Keel will say he meant that, but I'm not 100% sure he did. Results the same though, 9-4-58, plays 7-5-47. As the Pigeons are in the area as well. Back to the centre we go, back to the football. Don't know how much of a role they'll play today, the Pigeons, but they're always involved. That's what I've heard at least. Ball back up. Back down with Cole. And then gives it across. Oh, trying to charge his way through. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of the goal kicker in Keel. He flicks back across and finds Boyle. Boyle then kicks Needs a leading target, gets one!
I think that's Moroney.
It is Moroney, he just came charging through.
I think the breeze is starting to play a little factor here. That ball just carried a little bit further than the pack that was sitting underneath it. Misjudged it, and Moroney got away from his opponent. Really took an uncontested mark in the end. He had a set shot from here, first minute of the game, didn't he? Thudded it into the woodwork. See what he can do here.
Shock at home. A margin of 11 points in the blink of an eye. And that one is across the face. So now it is a margin of 12 points. Payneham Norwood Union would love the next goal. 14 minutes into this third quarter, so still plenty of footy to go. We've got a quarter and a half just about.
He's looked good, Moroney, a couple of times today, hasn't he? He's very quick for his size. He's a big key position type player, but he's extremely quick off the mark.
Nunn takes a mark, turns and then flicks it across. Bauer, proud that it's come in here, thoroughly entertained, as we're hoping you are as well. Across the Filming Footy YouTube channels, with not only our game, but of course we've got another 4 as well in the top flight of the Adelaide Footy League. BTO Excavations Division 1. Long ball, Mackenzie. No. Mark taken there, Colotto.
Yeah, got away with a little shepherd off the ball there. Colotto able to take the mark and launch back inside 50.
Bauer was there. Turning, working it out. Window, stab it a goal. Pretty good work. Hunter Window and Shock stretch it out to a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, that's a great snap by Window. That's a classic front and square, but it was Moroney coming through again. It looked like Payneham had the numbers and we're going to take the inset mark. Made that look easy, Window, didn't he? But he's facing the other way from goal. Curled it back around. Thanks to the contest from Moroney. Maybe a nomination for the player of the day. It's a fantastic snap by Window there.
Classy player. Of course, a premiership player with Glenelg in the Sandful. A reserves premiership player with Glenelg in the Sandful the year prior to last year. So knows how to win some medals. He'd be desperate to win one at Sacred Heart as well.
Need to get the next goal now, Payneham, don't they? Like I said, they played pretty good football, but Sacred Heart just looked dangerous and like they might run away with this.
Works its way out towards Coate. Now Colotto should trap it, does well. Then it turns, propped, and then dropped it towards the danger zone. And again, was with Noble, but it's cleared towards the outer side, and that's an excellent grab taken by Gluyas. Colotto.
Ever since we said he wasn't involved in the game a lot, Colotto, he's had 6 or 7 disposals in the last few minutes, hasn't he?
Well, he took that personally, I think. Ball up the line. Laube, he's able to grab it, but it's an excellent tackle. And Theo Durokopoulos probably should have been rewarded, but he wasn't.
Not sure about that from Payneham. There's not much prior opportunity there. Very passionate supporters. That's what local footy's about, Lockie.
Our passionate supporters. Hill kept it in. Coe is to give it across. Laube, kick towards. They're waiting forward, slapped away. And then they're going to work it towards. It's going to be a ball up in the end. Connor Lewis was pretty happy to just grab the ball up then.
Just under the pump here, Payneham now. They cannot clear the ball, can they? They've had the last 5 or 6 entries. Sacred Heart looking to break the back with the next goal here.
Ball goes up. Noble tapped it back. Oh, play on's the call, so slap forward again. No one able to really win the footy clearly at the minute. Payneham defending for their lives. And the umpire's going to ball that one up instead. So, around about 30 out from goal here for Sacred Heart. And there's a player that's a little bit hurt. Getting his way up to his feet then. It was kind of Lewis. He wasn't in any real rush. We'll tap back. Well done. McAuliffe waiting down. He's a danger man. And he's got his second. Have a look at this. Shock are turning it on here at Sacred Heart. It's 11-5 71. Payneham Norwood Union 7-5-47.
Those forward 50 stoppages are becoming a bit of an issue now for Payneham, aren't they? They're just getting the tap into a dangerous position. Their midfielders are, look at the 3, 4, 5 players getting goal side there. So again, they need to get the tap away from that corridor heading towards goal. And their mids just need to lock on and put some pressure on because that's almost uncontested by McAuliffe. an issue in that part of the ground. But again, their issue is they can't clear the ball from that area of the ground too. So just under the pump now, Payneham. We said they might be in trouble if Sacred Heart could just start winning that territory battle. About 8 inside 50s to 5 this quarter.
Well, I've just stopped the Falcons. It's been the story of their season so far. Ball now with Morris. He's trying to get them restarted. Ball collected. This could work out. Ansel out towards Wagner, and he's got it. Able to just use his body then. He might turn, do the team thing, and it's back towards Morris. Now, Morris has got one already today. Let's see if he can get another.
Very unselfish play there by Wagner, but again, Payneham just went back to what's worked with them today, and that's the centre clearance. Got the pure centre clearance and got their forwards one-on-one.
And they desperately need this one just to restart their contest. It's been a run of 4 goals by Shock. And the Falcons, well, they desperately need this one. Kick from the Payneham 50, working its way towards the goal line. Morris gives them a little bit of hope. 8-5, plays 11-5, a margin back of just 3 goals. And it is really, really good football here.
Just what they needed, Payneham, isn't it? Like I said, if they concede the next goal, it's going to be a long way back. But that just keeps them in the hunt, doesn't it? Really good set shot from far out. Like I said, I was surprised that Wagner kicked the ball off and didn't take the responsibility themselves. But good team play. It's ended up what they needed. Again, back to the centre. Payneham have had the ascendancy for most of the day. They need another centre clearance and then to put Sacred Heart under pressure again.
If they can get a second goal, I'd absolutely love that, just to really snap any Shock momentum. Colotto's got other ideas. Nunn has different ideas from him again. Fires back towards Canelano. And then the kick out wide finds Pippett. Pippett trapped. Oh, looked to go one way and then had that option shut down. So decides instead he's got a player there in Kristanzik. Kristanzik inside forward 50 and found the intercept defender. Excellent take. Then across Colotto. He's working hard, Colotto. He's been everywhere this quarter. That's with Lauby.
Yeah, taking his turn in the ruck at the moment. Getting plenty of disposals around the ground.
Lauby. Then the long kick. McKenzie. He's at the back and he gets his fist on the football and punches it away.
And that's how you kill the ball, isn't it? Angle of the spoil towards the boundary line. Gives his forwards a chance to reset and defenders a chance to reset, get on the back shoulder of their opponents.
Payneham Norwood Union still up to their ears in this contest. And Stanzo, he flicked it up, but in the end it was a mark taken by Hildyard. Hildyard with the intercept. He'll look one way and then decide, no, he doesn't like that option. So decides to just bang the ball from where it came from. Pack forming. A couple of Toil boys were in there. Fired out from the bottom of the pack. And now they should just get it out towards the wing. Hildyard again. But just a clash of bodies. Gets back to his feet. Meantime, Lauby, Hildyard. Mark, no. Rainey probably should have taken one. And umpire circling. Bye-bye.
It's one of those modern day holding the balls again. Like I said, he just dropped the mark, pounced on, crouching umpire, turnover Payneham with the footy, looking to switch out the far side.
Clenning, as he made that kick, just grabbed his hamstring, and that's never a good sign. Seems to be okay, though.
Very risky kick, but it's come off.
Well, the time for risk probably isn't now, as Wagner decides to go out towards the outer side. So 2-on-1, but quickly again, the cavalry arrives. Ball flicked forward. Kristanzik needs to pick it up quickly. Didn't. Took 3-4 attempts and then in the end lost out. So plenty of time here for Sacred Heart. Able to go back the other way. And Braun's kick just intercepted with Hewson. Oh, kick worked out in the end. Morris, last goal kicker. 18-point ball game. They might be able to work their way through. Just one bounce and then the kick in towards forward 50, a big double fist. Rainey picks it up. Is it across and then a little kick up? towards McAuliffe. He's got a lot of work to do, though, against McKenzie. And McKenzie easily sees that one over.
Again, McKenzie's always there, isn't he? That last defender saved the day. Well, it looked like they were out there, Sacred Heart.
Well, about to come back in. It's way back down. Middle soccer forward and then cleared. Agnew. Oh, he's in a little bit of pain. He went in hard, ended up winning the footy for his team. Boyle, he turns. Leading and went up but wasn't able to work it out. They're going to get a goal anyway. Kill, bang! 12-5-77, Payneham Norwood Union 8-5-53, and there was an absolute flyer.
We'll have to keep an eye on Agnew there. He just came off the ground with a bit of a dodgy shoulder after a bit of a bump in the middle of the ground. Went for the hanger, heavy landing, but the ball got over the back. Unselfish play, and Keels found himself there. Is that his third goal, Lockie? He's had a sneakily good afternoon.
Yep. Of course, best on ground wins the Archies and the rest of the awards. Have you had to think about who you're going to go with?
Oh, it's up for grabs, isn't it? Because just let the viewers know that it can go from both teams. So when we've got close games, we will consider both teams, not just the winning team, for the vouchers.
Of course, it's been a brilliant broadcast so far, and it's been an excellent opportunity. All the clubs really do get around it as well. So a massive thank you for that, to them for making this possible. Ball's about to be thrown back up. 24-point ball game on the Kieran Hayu Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. Thanks to Kieran Hayu Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. And again, we say it every week, but we really do need to get a drop. I've had a couple. As the ball falls down. Hildyard. Simons. Hill. Nearly at the back, and that one might have been a free kick, although looks like it's going to work its way back, and it does with Hewson. Hewson then decides to go, well, almost into the corridor, although the footy's intercepted. Plenty for shock here, working hard through Colotto's hands. He was able to pick it up. Oh, there you go. He's still got spring in his step. Colotto over the top. McRae. Ball fired back. Hill's got another. And there is a goal. Dangerous, dangerous player.
It's his third goal this quarter, isn't it? Just the guy, he works hard in the forward line, doesn't he? He's not the key target, but he just gets front and centre. He puts pressure on, takes a little turn in the midfield as well. But yeah, 4 goals for a small forward. He's had a really good day. Does that break the back of Payneham? Yeah, they're 5 goals down now. Still lots of time left in this game, but Sacred Heart just starting to get on top, winning the territory battle, winning a few more clearances, and making it very, very difficult for Payneham.
That might be the straw that breaks the camel's back at three-quarter time. 5 goals, the difference. The Falcons, well, they need something here. Otherwise, they will be 0-4. And looking at the team behind them, in Broadview currently, although that might change because they're a good chance to win at Rocks. Or win against Rocks, sorry. Ball comes down. There's Noble doing the ruck work. Well done there. Rahui gets it across. Lurs. Rahui fired it back. Oh, big contest there. Pivots come off second best against his opposite number. And try and work it out. Hildyard able to clear. Window. So Window turns. Sends it inside forward 50. Big pack formed. No one able to take it though. Still, Colotto. Plenty of opportunity. And that is a knife into the Falcons' heartbeat. 14-5-89. Payneham Norwood Union 8-5-53. And it's all of a sudden a 6-goal margin. Night-night Payneham.
Yeah, he's had a big quarter, the playing coach, hasn't he? We noted at half-time that he hadn't really gotten involved in the game. He made some great contests around the ground, as he always does. He's given the new baby celebration there, so maybe some congratulations are in order there for the big fella. But he's had a big quarter. He could have kicked 2 or 3 himself, couldn't he? He missed those early shots. So we see the bench there. Just keep an eye on Agnew. He did come off holding a shoulder. Hopefully it's just a stinger and he can get back out there. Even though this game potentially today is one, they might just look to wrap him up for next week.
Yeah, a massive part of their success, especially in that back 6, is Agnew. Ball fired out. Lurs was on him in an instant. Rahui, ball slapped away from his hand pass. Lewis picked it up. Darcy again having a great game. Nunn sends it into a little bit of orbit. It's going to come down. Players were waiting. Pippett's there. He's a danger man. Dewhurst too clever at the back. Kick out wide, finds Simons. And then over the top, Boyle. Handball back inside. Boyle's got it back again. And again he arches the back. Puts it inside forward 50. Collected almost. Roney was there. And the snap on goal. Connor Lewis has missed.
Just look so dangerous now, don't they, Sacred Heart, when they go inside 50, ball on the ground. They're so quick to sweep on it, get those little handballs up, set the runners up through. Just missed the snap there.
14-6 plays 8-5. It is a 37-point ball game.
It's happened quickly, hasn't it? It was early in the quarter, we noted it was a real arm wrestle. Payneham got the goal, they were within 5 points. Since that time, Sacred Heart have kicked 6 goals in this quarter.
So Shock have got to three-quarter time with a 37-point ball game. Their advantage, it was 10 at half-time. It's hard to believe just how good they have been. 11 Payneham led at quarter time, 10 Sacred Heart at the half, and now they're up by 37 points. Can Payneham produce an excellent comeback? Well, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. But Sacred Heart in pole position to take the points home. See you soon after these messages.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again.
It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Here we go, welcome back. It has been a fantastic game of football, but Shock, they kicked away in that third quarter. They were able to kick 6 goals to 2 to have a margin of 37 points. Payneham Nord Union staring right down the bottom of a 4-0 start, an 0-4 start.
Every shot we're back in this game. Don't go out with the mindset we're just going to go through the
corner.
I still want to win this fucking game. Why not? Just understand, Lee's 150, Tommy Wagner's 100. Boys, these are the reasons why you dig deep in the last quarter.
With one comes
structurally, let's make sure Swarm's on. When we don't have the ball, we're in, we want to get it back. Zone. Make sure we're active and we're moving. Brad and Max, mix up the kick-ins. Go quick we can. Huey, if you're in there and it's a fast play, get it and go. Let's get some drive out of that back from the full back line and go fast. Boys, take the fucking game on. Let's go. Take it on. Take it on.
Bit of flair here. Bit of
Nothing to lose. Let's go.
So there we are. Jeremy Cheney just firing up, making sure that he wants those boys to just mix it up, play with a little bit of freedom and see if they can produce a minor miracle it would be here if they were to get over the line.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tough position sometimes as a coach, but you've got to ask your players to keep playing. The last thing you want to do is lose this game by 10 goals after they played so well in the first half as well, you know. So the scoreboard's a scoreboard at the end of the day. If they can win this last quarter, have a 3 or 4 goal loss, they can build on that into next week, can't they? But if you get blown out the water, it can make it really, really tough moving forward. So let's see what Payneham can produce in this last quarter. They'll just want to hang tough. Still got a full complement. We haven't noticed any injuries or anything, so they just need to run the game out. They've done plenty of good things today. Just fallen away halfway through that third quarter, haven't they? The first 2.5 quarters were really good. Getting plenty of the football, not capitalising all the time, but playing pretty solid football. But Sacred Heart just had it on their terms, didn't they, in that last sort of 15 minutes where it just looked like the game was out of reach for Payneham. The defensive pressure drops off and Sacred Heart about to get some easy goals.
Jeremy Cheney walking back to his location on the bench after revitalising his troops. A 27-point quarter. And that's what they lost it. That's what they lost it by in the end. 27 points, so 4.5 goals. Pretty disappointing from a Payneham perspective, but for Sacred Heart, they just keep keeping on, and they have again proved it to everybody that they are a genuine threat in this competition.
Yeah, they're good in areas. They're solid defensively, aren't they? But they look really potent in attack today as well. So they'll be happy. Still a quarter of footy to go.
So they've got to close up shop here, Shock, and get the job done. Ball from window. It's high. And no one's able to really grab it at the end. In the end, Houston had to grab it off the deck. And Theo was there as well. Now, McRae inside forward 50. Window ends up with it. Has to fire it back. Lauby. You can hear a little bit, you might be able to pick this up on the effects mic as well, everybody at home, but you can hear the Payneham fans who was just saying they're putting some pressure on. It's better. It's a better start than what they had in the third quarter because they really did switch off. Ball back up. Tap back down. Q works it to the front of the stoppage. A still zigging and zagging. McAuliffe, number 3, goes begging. One bounces out.
He's looked dangerous at ground level inside 50, hasn't he, McAuliffe? Very evasive, sets his teammates up, has the snaps himself.
Yeah, he does a really, really good job. He's a dangerous forward, one of the most dangerous forwards in the competition. Agnew back out there again, good to see with his little injury concern. That's clearly all that is, the concern, and a concern that's relatively mild. Meantime, Houston with the football.
Yeah, they wouldn't be risking him now, would they, if it was looked like a bit of a nasty knock, but he's fine and good to go. Risky ball there, back through the corridor. Let's see if Payneham can attack from here.
Well, it's what they've got to do. Kelly gets it outside towards Crawford-Sanderson. Crawford-Sanderson up the line. Oh, no. Window read him like a book. And his kick, not one of his better ones, Wagner. And he then flicks it back across. McKenzie up the line. Flying! Oh, Kristanzik got up there. And that one's gone over, but he wasn't able to complete the mark. What a fly that was. And it was Joseph Kristanzik getting up.
Yeah, would love to have completed the mark there. Just got a nice little sit, didn't he? But just bounced off his chest at the last minute.
Ball flicks back in. 2 rucks re-engage. No one able to really win that ruck tap out. Bounces off the head of Noble. Hildyard got the hand pass out. Glewis looking for a leading forward. McAuliffe's there. Moraney's there. Gives it across. It was Lauby. McAuliffe was arriving quickly. There was a little kick out though for Payneham. Kuehl through his hands. McKenzie. Oh, missed his hand pass. Not often he makes a mistake. Opens the door. Still there fighting. McAuliffe. He's tricky. Boyle. No. And it's a mark taken by Houston on the last line of defence, doing some keeping out there. All through the hands of its intended target, and it's going to be a kick going back towards Payneham. So they win themselves a free kick. In the back there was Wagner, and again, working remotely, a long way from home. Rahui, he was bursting through the centre of the ground. He's still got the footy. One bounce. Oh, Agnew all over him. Again providing the smother. He was tackled himself, though, and the umpire says that one's going to be a ball up.
Yeah, it's great play by Agnew, isn't it? Late in the game, too. He's had the beautiful little lead up there, the Payneham player inside 50, but he just got the smother on, saved a certain shot on goal.
Again, late afternoon here in Adelaide. It's been a fantastic game of football in the Adelaide Footy League Division 1 BTR Excavations. Meantime, the clearing kick was intercepted. And towards Viney, punched away. Wagner was there. Wagner was wrapped up. Umpire's going to ball this one up. Tapped down. Noble did the good work. Then turning and snapping it out. Rolling towards... Well, Kelly was the only player that ended up grabbing the football. And it ended up being an intercept mark towards Window.
He's had a pretty good day, Window, hasn't he? Does his work around the ball. And also getting back in defence there to take an intercept mark.
Well, he had some kind of game last week as well. 25 disposals, 7 clearances, 1 goal. So he's backing that up with a very, very strong performance as well today. So well and truly worth what he's doing out there. That's a really good mark taken as well by Mackenzie.
He should kick the goal here. Mackenzie's a raking long left foot kick. Basically playing full back, but the high press at the stoppage there, and the full back gets a shot on goal.
Well, Mackenzie, he can do it all. Can he kick a goal? It'd be some kind of moment for the defender, a veteran of this game, a veteran of this league, a veteran of the Payneham side. It looks online. It's going to fall just short, and it's still in play. Haynes arrives. He's tackled by Agnew. Bice's going to throw that one in. Didn't keep it in the field of play, those two. Plenty now. Waiting. Footy. Back alive again. Rucks re-engaged. Noble. Plenty circling. It's going to be a free kick. And it's going to go the way of Kristanzik. He won it for in the back.
Yeah. Good bit of stoppage craft from Kristanzik, I'll call that. Just felt something in the back, went down, and the umpire said, yep, you can have a kick there. Stoppage craft, we call that, Lockie.
There we go, stoppage craft. He's going to have to craft a goal, though, Adam. Is there any chance? Should be no dramas for him. Well, he made the goal umpire do a little bit of work, but the margin is cut back to 31 points. Kristanzik gets the goal. Excellent job from him, and that is, of course, on the Kieran Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. Thanks to Kieran Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes.
Great shot for goal here, just inside the post. Good finish by Kristanzik. We've seen him kick a few goals last year playing as a small forward. They've gone with the tall forward set up more this year, and Kristanzik playing as a midfielder throughout this game gets his first of the afternoon.
I said 31 before. I've just redid my math. I've come up with a number of 32. So that's what the actual margin is. And, of course, the replay, thanks to Dartfish. Also, our sponsors do an amazing job to bring you the broadcast each week. So you can't do it without them. Thank you so much. Ball back in the centre. Tap down, Noble. Gray. Bouncing footy. Side forward 50. And it's going to roll over and out. Umpire says it's going to be a free kick, and it is going to go the way, for last touch, it is going to go the way there of Clenning. No, we're going to get it thrown back into play. Clenning was trying to fool the umpire, and the umpire was having a bar of it. Ball comes back in. Kick forward, rolling in from Noble. Little handball up. Back from Wagner. Mackenzie at half back. Payneham exit their defensive zone. And it's a great grab again. Wagner. He just somehow arrives on the scene. Wagner turns inside forward 50. Bouncing ball. Well done. Sanderson was there. Rahui was there too. Bouncing ball. Should be collected. And here they go. Sacred Heart able to respond the other way. McAuliffe at half back. within the danger in the forward line, and, well, he certainly has no opportunity of kicking a goal from this position. So McAuliffe decides to go down the line, and that's a really, really great grab. Mackenzie, and you mentioned he's playing full back, but he's found the footy on the wing, had a shot at goal earlier. Wasn't to be.
They'll be disappointed there, Sacred Heart not to the contest, bring the ball to the ground to their fleet of crummers. A great mark by Mackenzie.
Towards the outer side, turning, Bauer grabbed it pretty quickly, and none. And none, well, he has been the danger man for a lot of this, for a lot of the time Payneham have been in Division 1. He was instrumental in their rise. Again, they just missed out on playing in a grand final last year. Many people had tipped him to go to the grand final this year. Now that is in some really dangerous waters at the minute. None. Misses everything. And we've had 9 minutes gone in this final quarter. 32 points, sorry, the difference.
Would have been nice to kick that goal for Payneham. Like I said, they're not going to win this game, are they? But just keep the scoreboard ticking over and vibes. Get some good vibes going into their post-match review and match next week.
Of course, massive game coming up next week for Payneham. Round 5 of this competition. And it's starting to go from needing to win to simply must winning. If they're to stay in this competition, of course, they'll be locked in the relegation zone at the end of this one. Ball with Collotto. He's at half back. And the footy, well, intercepted. Bauer turns pretty quickly. None. 1 on 3. Can he grab it? Ball hit his arm. He's collected it. He's stacked it. He hasn't goaled it. In the end, play on. Wasn't 15. So cleared by Collotto, who's had a massive second half. And well done. Hildyard 1-2. Wasn't able to complete the mark. Payneham at half forward. That's an excellent grab as well. Viney was able to lead for the footy and grabbed it on his chest. And he says, I'll have a go from here.
Not sure he's quite got this range here. Might just take the kick to the top of the square late.
Could we see a torp?
No, I think he'll arc out to the right, try and give it the big drop punt. He's going to be kicking from outside 50. Very few players in the Adelaide Footy League can actually clear the line from outside 50.
See what he does. He has got all of that. Wow, Viney. That was an absolute bomb. 10-5, 65, 14-7, 91. Margin back to the 26 points. But this was a kick.
He's absolutely flushed that, hasn't he? He's right in front of us, isn't he, Lockie? And you know when you hear, a good golf swing, you just always nailed that. Sometimes it hits the boot and it just sounds good. That hit the boot and sounded good. He just timed that beautifully. Like I said, very few players can actually clear the line from 52 metres, but he's done it on that occasion. Well done, Vine. He's had an okay day. Like I said, it's playing full forward, second tall forward. It's always a little bit tricky in the Adelaide Footy League with strong defences.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic game of football, but that was a fantastic kick. Ball back in the centre. Ken Payneham have got some wind at their back now. Kick inside forward 50. Viney was there again. Ball falls down. Collected. Turning was Ansell. None. Had a crash away from him. Pippett went in hard. And the Falcons, well, they might just have their wings up here.
Just stopped a little bit, haven't they, Sacred Heart? A little bit of junk time was coming into it. Still plenty of time. We saw a strange result late last week as well, didn't we, Lockie? So they'd want to just kick another goal soon, Sacred Heart, just to snuff this out.
Here we go. Oh, Pippett lost the footy. Kill had the ball. Gave it across Boyle. Boyle back towards McRae. McRae, they came running through. And I tell you what, he was all over him. Umpire says that one is going to be a ball up, and it's just got the shades of Ross Trevor and PAC from last week. Well, we're going to see a shock result at shock.
You can see what ticking the scoreboard over does, though. It encourages the players to keep putting pressure on, doesn't it? You know, when if you keep missing and you're 40, 50 points down, it's hard to keep putting pressure on. But there's just a hint of a sniff here, so the pressure's gone up a dial from Payneham.
26 points again is the margin. Ball then comes back down. Bouncing footy. Should be collected here. And, well, Wagner was there. They've got to pick the ball up. Cole came in. He was trying to be clever with it there. And he's wrapped up in the end. It's going to be balled up. Right at half forward here for Shock. Ball tapped down. There was a free kick that's been signalled. And it is going the way of Sacred Heart, and it's going the way of Colotto. Does he have this kick in him, Adam?
Not sure. Again, we said that about Viney a minute ago, and he cleared the line, didn't he? Colotto will be kicking from about 50, 52 metres. He's probably more looking just to take some time here, isn't he? Get some numbers here deep. Even if he does miss, fall short, just lock the ball in deep in their forward 50.
Well, Colotto. Everyone catches their breath. This would extinguish the Payneham resistance. Colotto, and he does what Adam Jeffrey suggested. Top of the square, big fist, plenty waiting as it came down. It's going to be balled up. It's going to be balled up around about 15 out. They've done this multiple times today. McAuliffe, Window, they've gotten off the chain at stoppage. And someone join them and kick the match-winning goal. Payneham Norwood Union, they'll have other ideas. Ansell, ball flicks back. Still the snapper goal. It came from Noble. And he missed. So, in the end,
see if Payneham take a chance here and get some numbers in the corridor. And looks like none's calling for it. It's gone to full forward late in the game.
Kick down the line, Wagner. He's got a strong pair of hands and he's rewarded with a good mark. Ball then flicked back inside. Here we go with Morris. Morris. Kill, the only player there.
Just needed a couple of those Payneham forwards to come back at the ball. They were hoping for the ball over the back, but they were hoping for the 60-metre kick out the back. Just needed to arc their lead back at the kicker there to make a contest. Good play by Keel. He's kicked 4 goals today, but back in defence, helping his team out.
Yeah, they work hard, every single player in this division. As the ball goes up, ball comes down. Dewhurst was there, paddled it forward, nearly worked out okay for Houston. Window, as he does best, bashing and crashing in the packs. Houston, long ball, and that's going to work its way with and over the line by Simons. Ball about to come back in. Colotto. Hill. Trying to trap it, wasn't able to, and the ball ends up going over and out. So just a couple of minutes being wasted here.
Yeah, just taking the sting out of it, haven't they? Say, didn't score a goal themselves, but Payneham just were coming with not a big rush, but a little rush, couple of goals to get it within semi-striking distance, but they've just taken 5 minutes off the clock here. Sacred Heart just need 1 goal to seal this match.
They were almost going 95 and in a 100 zone. They were just speeding along to a little bit of victory, trying to work their way back into the contest. I think that'll please Jeremy Cheney that they hadn't totally given up, but it looks like it was a bridge too far. 37 points at 3/4 time is a massive mountain to climb. Oh,
I was just looking at the fixture as well, Lockie, which we'll talk about in our post-match debrief, but they play none other than Port Districts next week as well, Payneham, so it only gets harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't get easier. The reigning premiers, they have been absolutely instrumental this year as well. Port Districts have struggled a little bit themselves. They're at 2-1 as of last check, but it'll be interesting to see how they're going in their game as well.
I believe they've won their fixture today as well, so they'll look to get on a roll. But yeah, no easy games in Division 1, Lockie. Doesn't matter who you're playing, what position on the ladder. Got to bring your A game.
I think Cole, Cole got caught holding the ball, and then it ends up in the hands there of Sanzo. Sanzo turns, kicks it out, and Colotto, it kind of bounced off his head. Fired back, collected, snap and goal! Here we go! Payneham, Ansell's kicked it, and maybe, no, behind.
Touched. No real remonstration there from the Payneham players either, so perhaps it was pretty clear to the umpire and the goal umpire there.
10-6, plays for 8. So a margin then of 26 points by my mathematics.
Might have been interesting if they had kicked that, wouldn't it? Back to the centre clearance, another goal. We saw a strange finish late last week, didn't we? Where Prince Alfred were 4 goals up in the last quarter and lost by a point.
Yeah, Matthew Dinestreski kicked the goal. Look down the line. Collected and fired back. That one's going to go over the line nigh. Footy thrown back in. was going to say as well, Tommy Javor likes to say on Between the Posts, Broadview, if a team takes them likely, they'll win a game as well. There's some murmurings that, potentially they won't win a game this season. If a team believes that going into their clash with them, they'll beat them. That's how close Division 1 is. Ball, meantime, fired back across.
Well, today could have been that day, couldn't it? With but just the inaccuracy from Broadview. Like I said, we've seen some, for a 10th team as well, Broadview, they're not actually that bad a football team, right? They're not getting absolutely blown off the park by 100, 150 points like some of the results you see in country football. Most of the time in Division 1, you don't get those results. Everything's pretty close. So if you have that game where you kick accurately, you imagine today if they had 21 goals 3 or something like that, they'd be feeling pretty good, wouldn't they? So you just got to, when you're the underdog, you got to kick accurately and sneak that result.
It's not a to use a European competition. It's not a Southampton. It's not a derby from back in the day, if that makes sense. They're not just there making up the numbers. Broadview. Ball meantime towards the outer side. Rahui. The return back to the two teams we've got out there. Oh, collected. Wagner. It's been his day. He hasn't been his team's day, but it's been his day. Ball then bouncing across the face, and that one's going to go over and out. Was going to get thrown back into play.
Again, they've just killed some minutes here, haven't they? Where Payneham have pressed inside 50 3 or 4 occasions, but just haven't been able to find the goal.
Slap back. Wagner. And that one's going to be balled up. We're at 30 metres out from the goal here towards the right-hand side of screen. Payneham Norwood Union pressing. Wagner was in the ruck. Lurs was there. Had to give a hand pass off. Towards the line it goes, and the umpire says last touch is going to be a free kick, and Lewis is going to be in no rush to pick this one up here. Didn't know if you know this, McAuliffe and the two Lewises out there, cousins. So there you go.
There you go. Keeping it in the family.
Runs deep at Shock, the family ties. Ball comes down, snapped up from Nunn. With Lurs. Oh, that's taken high. And there's a little bit of argy-bargy. Marching his way back pretty quickly, though.
Trying to get McKenzie free here, but who's the long leg, but Sacred Heart are onto that.
Yeah, no try again, they say. Morris, right in front of us. Lining up, looking like he's going to go for it. I don't know if he's got the leg on him. Viney could do it. Can Morris follow suit? Kick. He got right close to the man on the mark. He didn't even need to look at that. He was celebrating. 2 big bombs from Payneham Norwood Union, and Morris delivers when Viney could as well.
Yeah, beautiful set shot again. There's just a little bit of a breeze over the shoulder there, isn't it? Like you can feel it coming over. It's nothing drastic. It's just give the players enough distance to clear that line from 50. We've seen 2 beautiful long set shots right in front of us here. And I don't think there's enough time for Payneham to kick 4 more goals, but they've kept it respectable, haven't they? And that's what they need going into next week. Can they get a centre clearance and a quick goal to really, like I said, we were talking this way last week, so we need to be careful, don't we?
Well, if you're a consumer and you haven't seen this game, firstly, what are you doing? Secondly, you're probably going to have a look at that and go, Payneham were pretty good against a team that was top of the ladder. The 37-point deficit at three-quarter time will be a little bit of a distant memory. Payneham will be pretty happy with how they fought back in this one, I think.
Yeah, they played some solid football, didn't they? And I think they'll come into their own as the season goes on. When they start playing in some muddy games on their home oval, I think they're really good around the stoppage. I don't think they're super fast on the outside, and sometimes these sunny days early in the season on the big ovals can catch them out against teams like Sacred Heart. So they just need to hang in there, find that first win. They'll be winning games of football through June and July. I can't see them staying in 9th position. I think they'll be pretty desperate. So they just need to find a win or 2 before the June break, hang in there, and then they can get those 2 or 3 wins through June and July when other teams start to slow down.
So are they relegation threatened, do you think?
Well, of course, because the competition's so equal. We all know Broadview are in a little bit of strife. Still a long way to go, but 2 teams will go down. So probably not thinking about that just yet. They've probably got aspirations of getting off the mark and pushing for finals still. But home next week against Port Districts. They won't want to go zip 5, will they? Zip 4's okay. We can get to 1 and 4, get to 2 and 6 maybe by even the June break. They'll be okay. Like I said, they'll be winning games through the middle part of the year when the game slows down a bit.
Ball from Boyle goes out, and as Adam Jeffries leaves us to go and do the post-game awards, it's going to be great to have a look and see what the players have to say. Who wins it? Only Adam Jeffries knows. For now, of course, you can find out by tuning in post-game, and of course also between the posts. Now early next week. Ball back down, and Agnew takes a good mark. He's ended up playing forward here, Agnew, so it'll be interesting to see if he's able to kick a goal and just really stamp the authority on the game for Shock. Walking back, margin of 20 points now. Agnew had a pretty good game last week as well. 21 disposals, 5 inside 50s, 1 rebound 50 for him last time out. So it'll be interesting to see his stats on the day as well. Agnew walks in, half a jog, and puts it straight over the goal umpire's head. So well done. They'll get around him as well, Agnew, because that would not shock me if that was his first goal in footy. Well done there. They absolutely loved that. A defender getting forward and kicking a goal. 15-8, 98. Payneham Norwood Union 11-6, 72. Had to go back into the middle. 26-point ball game. The Payneham Norwood Union down by 37, won the quarter by 11, won the first quarter, lost the second and third quarters, lost the third quarter badly, 6-2. But now in this quarter, it has been absolutely a bit of a tight tussle. Ball now works its way forward. McRae was there. Fired back. Still with McRae, or nearly with McRae. Collected by McAuliffe. McAuliffe then turns, puts the Jets on and kicks a goal. Oh, in a blink of an eye, it's back out at 32 points. And that, I tell you what, might be Henry McAuliffe's 4th goal of the day. 3 last week, 4 this week, 7 in 2 weeks by my math, and Dartfish are going to bring us the replay on this one. Sit back and enjoy this. Straight over the goal umpire's head. 16-8, 104 plays 11-6, 72 in this quarter. It has been 3-2, so Payneham Norwood Union still won the quarter, only by the 5 points at the moment though. 32-point ball game. Plenty of smiles all round. Maybe not so much in Payneham Norwood Union's camp at the minute. Ball goes up again. Slap down. Noble was there in the ruck. Kill. Kristanzik. Umpire says, I'll have that one back. So dead in the centre of the ground, just about. Slap back. Works its way forward. Big soccer comes through. Giving it across. Little hand pass out the back then from Ansell. Ansell, Stanzo. He had pressure coming very quickly from Agnew, and then his opposite number in Lerves was able to pick up the footy. That one might have gone over and out though. And the umpire gets that one back, turns around and says we'll throw this one back in. Coming in about 10 metres. Not a bad little rule. Makes it harder for the Rucks to just slap it back out. Noble just palms it up. And here they go. A little bit of work. The front of the pack. Able to bring it forward. Bouncing footy. Should be collected by Clenning. Still then with Nye. Nye McAuliffe goes in trying to win the ball. And McRae, they've just broken it forward. Lauby's got the ball. And Lauby at the 27-minute mark, despite all of Payneham Norwood Union's excellent efforts in this last quarter, can go back and make sure that Shock win the quarter as well on the siren. So almost every little boy's dream, because he's got the win already, regardless of what happens here. Here we go. Elijah Lauby, last kick of the day. Kicks a goal. And that was absolutely fantastic. Shock 17-18, 110. Payneham Norwood Union 11-6, 72. Enjoy this one of the Dartfish. as we get the embraces. Shock are 4-0 in the Adelaide Footy League BTR Excavations Division 1. And more troubling, at the bottom of the ladder, Payneham Norwood Union are yet to win and are staring down the barrel of relegation if they can't arrest momentum quickly. But that is how the game ends. It's been a fantastic game of football. Absolutely brilliant there. So Shock able to win the second half by 28 points. That's something immediately that jumps off the page at you. You know, when you have a look down through the scoreline. 17-18, 110. McCall have had 4 goals. Wagner had 3 in the first quarter. In the first 15 minutes of the contest, he had 3 goals. But it wasn't to be in the end for him or his teammates. A seesawing contest in that first half. Payneham had the lead by 11 at quarter time. We were thinking maybe it would be the Falcons' day. But then Shock got to work, managed to win the second quarter by 21 points. The second that led to a 10-point halftime lead. They were then able to get a 27-point third quarter win. As we look at the highlights now, 37 points they led at three-quarter time, and then they were able to win the last quarter by a point after Payneham's good hard work. First goal of the day, brilliant kick. Matty Nunn got the embraces of his teammates. And then Wagner was able to kick one of his 3 goals from this pocket. Little check side, no drama as at all. It was cheeky and it was a good goal. Had plenty of high fives, and then this inside. It was excellent work in the end. Hildyard was able to straighten up and kick a pretty good goal. Vital time of the contest, as it was basically any time anyone scored in the first quarter. Viney. This was an excellent effort. Wagner came charging through.
Yeah, just hold that up. Let me have a chat.
And he really did take one of the marks of the day we saw. And have a look at this one from downtown. Adam Jeffries, he's getting in position for the awards. But I tell you what, it was an absolutely fantastic kick there. The local Lance Franklin, that's what Adam Jeffries called him. And then this kick from Lewis. And we're going to go boundary side. Adam Jeffries, he's got the award winners with him.
All right, here we go. Boundary side. Went on Sacred Heart. It was a hard-fought game. I'd say the margin flattered them. They were outplayed a little bit in that first half, but their counter-attack football, 7 inside 50s, 5 goals in the second quarter is what set it up. Hard to give award winners for Sacred Heart because they're a very even bunch, but we've gone with our Belgravia New Balance. Archie's footwear best player today was Hunter Window. We'll talk to him in a sec. What a name, by the way, Hunter Window. You just got to get a voucher for a name like that. Best team man, Mosley. That is a good voucher to get. Mosley Bar and Kitchen goes to Brad Agnew, a best team man. And our player of the day goes to number 5, Cameron Keel, who gets the Bianco voucher. Let's talk to you first, Brad. Back playing here at Sacred Heart, 4 and zip. Life's pretty good, and you've got a Mosley voucher.
Loving it, mate. Yeah, Car's doing a great job with the boys, and I think they've been building the last couple of years, and it's good to be back home.
Shoulder all right after that little knock on the collarbone in the third?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Just a little stinger, so she'll be fine.
Just hamming it up for the ladies on the sideline. So well done to you, Now. Great to have you back in the competition. Our play of the day, there was a few today. It was an interesting one. There was for the drop kick goal. Are we calling that a drop kick goal? 4 goals for you for the day. Little whack in the guts late in the day too. Tell us about that, and tell us about the drop kick goal on the goal line in the third.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't really claim that. It's all the ball just fell in my hands and managed to hit the boot on the way down, but they take when they come, so it was good.
No, we played a great game today. 4 goals all over the park, and our best player is Hunter Window. Like I said, great name in the competition. Tell us, Hunter, back here at Sacred Heart, 4 and zip. Are you enjoying your time in the Adelaide Footy League so far? And tell us about today's game against Payneham.
I am really enjoying my time at Adelaide Footy League. The Shock's footy culture is really good, so it's good to be a part of that, and it's good to get the win today, can't complain. 4 and zip's always a good start for the year, so really stoked with that and keep building on what we started.
Yeah, well done, well spoken by these 3 guys. A little bit of personality, like I said, the Salisbury North guys gave me nothing a couple of weeks ago, rolling out the cliches, no cliches here at Sacred Heart. Good win for them today. Like I said, they did it a different way today. They're really strong defensively. I thought their attacking playoff halfback was really, really good in that second quarter. Set it up, even contribution. Well done to the award winners. We'll throw back to the combox, and we've got to go to the showdown. So let's wrap it up. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Adam Jeffries, and congratulations to all the award winners there. Hunter Window, Cameron Keel, and also Agnew there winning as well. Back to the highlights though. Snapping, and have a look at that. Brilliant goal. Wagner, you could do it all today. Kick goals on the run or even a set shot. Check sides we were seeing from him as well. Ball towards the back, and it almost worked out okay, but a little bit of a defensive mistake there, and it was a fantastic finish as well from Haynes. Had his moments when he bobbed up, and he was able to get away with one there as well. Bit of a gift. As Adam Jeffries joins me back in the commentary box. Adam, how was that out there?
Yeah, good spirit with the Sacred Heart guys right in front of their bench there, so the boys getting plenty of stick from their mates as they're getting interviewed. But they're a tricky one, aren't they? When we decide best player, I thought Window was really good. Sometimes in games like today, you sort of look at who was around when the game was up for grabs in that second quarter as well. I thought he was really good around the ball. His kicking penetration's really good. Snap goal in the third quarter got his team going as well. I like Keel's game, 4 goals. He kicked an unusual drop kick goal on the line, so we wanted to have a chat to him. And Agnew's just a bit of a general across half-back, isn't he? Type of player that they need. Steady head. They're a pretty young team still, Sacred Heart. You know, typically with young players, they struggle a bit in Division 1, but third year in Division 1 now, plenty of finals experience, and then adding those experienced players like, you know, Window, Boyle, and like Agnew. Yeah, they're set up for a top 3 finish already this year, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and then it'll be the same thing we've had basically the entire time they've been inside Division 1. Can they win a finals game? They're 0-4 currently at the minute. They've had opportunity after opportunity, and that'll be kind of, I guess, the pressure that starts to surround them as we go towards the final conclusions of this season. It'll be the question that's asked of them, but we're certainly not there yet. We're still only round 4 this weekend.
Yeah, long way to go, isn't it? What they need to do is try and finish top of the ladder. They only need to win one final to make the granny. But yeah, I don't think they'll be worried about their finals record just yet. This is a young group. They're a carefree attitude. They don't stew on stuff too much. These are blokes that all went to school together and they're having a great time. When the balls bounce in September, they can worry about that. All they've got to do is put themselves in the best possible position. And they're impressive, aren't they? You know, they don't. When I look at teams, I look at, do they lack anything? I don't think they lack anything, do they? They've got a pretty steady defence. They've got great depth on ball. Don't have a huge forward line, do they? But they've got nimble forwards and they've got many options. You know, they spread the goals around today. Blokes like Keel bobbing up with 4, you know, in a Division 1 game. So they've got, you know, plenty of options in the forward line. And Carlotto as well, who's normally a dominant player. He had a really good second half, didn't he? He wasn't spotted early, but it doesn't matter. They can win games when they've got players down or players out. Kakura is another goal kicker for them not playing today. So, you know, they don't lack anything, Sacred Heart, and they've got good depth through their B grade as well. So if they do get injuries, all teams get flu and injuries when the winter comes. We're lucky now we're still playing when it's sunny and all feeling good, but the season's a long grind and they've got good troops to call up when they do get injuries as well.
Yeah, absolutely they do. It'll be very interesting to see how they kind of tick along for the rest of the season as well. And as you say, if you do finish first, you do only have to win one final. The team you play as well in that final to try and get into the grand final, we've played the week previous as well against another high-quality opposition. So if you finish first, options are that you should end up, you know, at least getting to the big dance, but still pressure will, as always, apply when September comes. We'll worry about that when September comes. An excellent win today. They were all over the top of Payneham Norwood Union in that second half. They actually ended up winning the last quarter, despite Payneham Norwood Union being
late junk time goals, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Payneham will be disappointed with that because, like I said, they got it back to about 20 points. And it would have been a bit more respectable. But they've got some work to do, haven't they? Payneham, Port Districts next week.
Yeah, absolutely. A massive, massive challenge. Port Districts, they are certainly flying as well. Last we checked, they were 3-1, having won today. And you have a look here, the upcoming fixtures. There it is. Glenunga, Sacred Heart, Prince Alfred, St. Peter's, Ross, Trevor, Salisbury North, Golden Grove at Broadview Tigers. And that game we were just talking about then, Payneham Norwood Union, Port District closes us out. We're going to be at Prince Alfred next week against St. Peter's. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, the old college rivals. That'll be a really good game of football. As all the games in Division 1 will be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it always is the old college rivals, but Glenunga, Sacred Heart, that's interesting because obviously Glenunga were the powerhouse last year, except for when Grand Final Day came and they fluffed their lines, couldn't finish off an excellent season they'd had. Sacred Heart, they are the new informed boys in town. Who wins that game, Adam? I want to tip now.
Oh, Sacred Heart will win at Glenunga next week. Glenunga are just struggling a little bit, aren't they? I know the game's at Webb Oval and they generally win out there. But yeah, I think Sacred Heart too many attacking options for Glenunga at the moment, who are just struggling a smidge.
There you go. So that has been an excellent game of football. It's been really enjoyable to be able to watch that one. Of course, we can't do this without our sponsors. We can't do this without our production team. So, Yushin, excellent work on the camera again. Been absolutely brilliant, as has James Moody doing his best stuff. Hugo in the producer's seat doing his absolute brilliant best, and thank you so much there, Adam. I will fire off the sponsors as well. Filming Footy Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks, and Kimberley Resorts as well. All of them a massive, massive, massive part of this. Thank you so much for your company as well, for tuning in on Filming Footy. And I tell you what, if you're a fan of the winners today, you should enjoy the song. We'll see you next time.
Let's go! Come on, Fat. Come on, Fat.